Does this still work? Let's see if this still works. But if we put us at the bottom and then we bring up the map. Look at that, everybody. The map. There's a
map.
Gets a little blurry if we zoom in there just because
episode 30.
The map.
Session 30.
This is session 30. That means we have over 30 times 3 hours of content. There are 90 hours of us playing Dungeons and Dragons on YouTube.
Wow.
Well,
That's so cool.
after this episode.
Happy 30th episode, everybody.
Happy 30th, everybody.
Happy 30th.
I'm really excited about this. I did apologize to Fraggy in advance, saying that she might be very mad at the end of the stream. So like I just
we had a lengthy discussion about this.
But it's because
oh no.
It's because everybody, we have been building to this. We have been building to this for a long time. Months. Like from the very first episode. Right?
I'm gonna be real mad.
It's just like we're getting to this thing.
I can already, I mean, I don't know anything. He didn't tell me anything, but I know the look.
Trees.
I know the look that I got.
Excited about it. There's also a new supplemental rule book I just picked up from a content creator I really, really respect a lot. And I was like, wow, I was like trying to think of how am I going to do this? And then I remembered, wait, didn't that human publish a rule supplement that might actually just give me the ideas I need to make this work? And the answer is yes. It only cost me $15. So I'm like, well, let's fucking go. I got it. I don't have a lot of money right now, but at $15, I can do that. I shop at Market Basket now. My grocery bill's been literally sliced in half. Like I can throw $15 at the thing that's gonna maybe blow everything up. All depends on choices that I don't know what choices are gonna be made. Who knows? We can't know. I can't know.
Before things blow up, let me go let Lucky out of purgatory. It'll take me like 10 seconds.
Yeah. All right. So at the end of purgatory, we'll be saying farewell to chat. But yeah, I haven't set the bot up for the D&D stuff. I'm sorry, I lost. Thank you. I should add that to the to-do list.
We must bid you adieu, for our adventures await.
Everyone sounds like they're talking over a phone line except for Thady. Sounds like I'm in the same room as you. That's because my microphone's properly configured and my mouth is right up against it. That's happening. We might be losing some audio quality because just guest stars doing some compression. That's possible. But the whole point. I
refuse to have my microphone closer to my face because I will scream, and it'll only be worse.
I know.
We gotta set you up. I scream, but I have a compressor. If I literally yelled, poor Fraggy here would have a bad time. But the rest of you all would be like, "Wow, Thady's yelled," and the compressor kicked in and protected the stream. I also have a safety gate at the very end of the chain, like OBS has another gate. My ears are at more risk than your ears at home. Because OBS also has a limiter on it at the very end. But you have a good compressor on it that doesn't matter how much you scream your head off. It'll.
Also, I think that my ears would probably be fine. You have to remember that I have been dubbed a variety screamer. So.
Well, that's your scream. It's in your own head. Like you're.
Yeah, but it doesn't get much closer than that. Like.
I guess. Hopefully we don't find out. Hopefully we don't find out.
Boofy.
If I'm screaming, it's a problem. That's much more likely for me to scream on Friday when Echo sets the stream on fire and melts the entire production down. That'll be the downside.
The other night, my son was being kind of loud and goofy on his game while my daughter was trying to sleep, and I was like, "Hey, could you just maybe keep your voice down just a little bit because your sister's trying to sleep?" And he literally, he's 12 now, so the sarcasm and stuff is happening, and he just side eyes me, and he was like, "You keep me awake when you scream." And I'm like, rude.
Well.
It's fair point, but I'm asking nicely. I try really hard not to scream. I don't play scary games anymore while the kids are there because the rooms are very close.
Wait, did you copy that from another stream, Echo? That's exactly the message, and I'd forgotten what the message was. That's exactly it. Thank you. That's really good.
Oh, Brad. Do the cats try to sleep under the tree?
No, but Lucky has a vendetta with the tree skirt, and he tries to go under it and rip it off the tree. And then Ravioli is like, "Oh, toy!"
Tree skirt vendetta.
Yeah.
Wait, is the tree slightly spinning?
It is.
I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with that.
That's really nice.
Oh wait, no,
That's
I have.
So cool.
I can do the thing now where I do.
It
There we
does.
go. Look at that. That works.
Look at that
Look
tree.
at that spinning tree.
That's
Oh, it's
so
perfect.
great.
It makes me happy.
I need a
I love
very
it.
tiny
Did you
tree for
fart?
my tiny space.
Thank you, I guess.
I also, we need to do a tiny tree too.
A
I got
skinny tree.
a little 4-foot tree up here, just hanging out, being gay.
Yeah, you gotta have the gay tree and the little tree.
Oh,
You
that's a
gotta have
good
2
idea.
trees to
So
all the
I
needs.
had sort of unofficially decided that I was going to decorate my apartment for Halloween for Christmas, but also gay is a good idea too.
Yeah.
Gay is a good
Gayest
design.
Christmas ever.
You heard it here, folks. Gay is a good idea.
Gay is always a good
Now
idea.
you know the truth. Like being
As
gay
if
is...
anybody here
We're
ever
not gonna say
doubted
the
that.
other
This is
end.
good,
Have
actually.
you looked at who's on the stream right now? Have you taken a look at all the
Everyone take a
individuals?
careful look at who's on the stream right now.
I have my only rainbow thing I have on right now.
It's your unfortunately straight dad and all of his gay
No.
children.
No.
Every single gay child. I'm very proud.
But look at your sweater. Your sweater is hella gay.
Yeah, I mean the sweater's
It's
true.
true.
The sweater is very gay. That helps.
Honorary gay.
I would like to do audiobook. Yeah, I mean I would like to do audiobooks. I just don't have the patience to do an audiobook. Maybe I'll read like Lovecraft and make that the audio thing because that's all public domain. I can just read Lovecraft onto YouTube and people can listen to me read Lovecraft.
Oh, there you go.
My
ASMR
smooth
mode.
and sonorous voice makes it easier when things are terrible.
Yeah.
Farewell, chat.
Oh,
Oh, chat,
Goodbye,
goodbye.
chat.
I know,
I
if we
may have
don't-
Watch
minimized
this.
you
You
too
go.
early.
If we don't move, we'll have
Sorry,
a...
chat.
Yeah.
Ranmar doesn't love you, Chad.
I thought we had started a minute
kidding.
ago.
I'm kidding.
wow, Quinn!
So I
I'm
minimized
kidding.
that early thinking
Shade
we had
already.
started. Look, listen.
That
so
just
mean-
means
spicy.
that just means that Munu deserves a degree less of the DM hazing for the night because Quinn started us
true.
off strong.
That's true. That's true. That's.
I
I'm
am-
so
You
glad
leave
you
Moon
weren't there for
alone.
the team.
I want to apologize in advance for absolutely not respecting that particular ask. That it's just not, it's just not possible given what choices have been made leading up to
It's
this
just
already.
not possible.
I did what I could.
What choices have we made that are bad? Oh,
No, they're not bad choices. In fact, they're amazing choices because they lead to some
Yes.
amazing moments.
I'm scared. Okay.
All choices
get it.
I'm scared.
and fear.
Well, good news, everyone.
Poor Munu.
That's the good news. Now you've heard the word. So, who remembers where last we left our heroes? What happened? You were in the woods, snowy woods, in the middle of the
Wolves.
not the middle, the south, the really south far reaches. You have come all the OBS. I'm so sorry. You've come all the way from up here, Gina Fortuna. You've been multiple weeks now, following this valley here. This valley,
Mhm.
south past Twilight Brace, where you picked up a new friend.
Were we
Oh,
at
Burke.
the second watchtower?
You are getting very close. You are right now. You are like here.
Can we
Make
can see it?
slow
Can we see it?
circles. You can't see it yet. It's not quite as monumental as it appears on the map, but it is significant. There's a mountain between you and it right now, like literally a mountain. But you're in the very narrow pass, a very thick, snowy forest. It's quite cold here. There's not a lot of wildlife here. This is where the wolf pack and the Druid and their wolf pack come and have made their home here. But you are essentially like only going to go a bit further to the south, hang a right, and you should be staring downhill at the tower. You're very close now. You're a matter of days from seeing it.
Oh, scary.
You're in the snowy
I'm
woods,
so scared.
and if I'm not mistaken, at the very end of the last episode, Munu's character Ranmar accepted an offer from Tiash, cleric of death, who is a friend of the party and has has been traveling with him for a time, she offered to put Ranmar into a trance state as a special kind of sleep that would allow Ranmar to contact the ghost that is haunting them. And somehow Finnegan
That'd be so
accidentally managed to telepathically link himself to the same dream, and they wound up in the dream together and bore witness at the same time to the same new revelation. I mean, there's one revelation is how did Finnegan do that, but don't worry about that right now. The thing to think about
I feel like we kind of know how Finn did that.
is
sort of
what we learned in that dream. What did we learn in the dream?
that there was an unfavorable somebody present.
Yeah, we had sort of assumed the entire time that that orcs had killed Jinmora because Ranmar in their shock and grief didn't really have it in them to perform any kind of autopsy or examination. Didn't really know that there were no wounds on Jinmora. But you were able to see that it was not orcs that killed Jinmora.
Freaking Shilsulian.
That is the proper name of the wizard.
I don't like him.
I mean,
Or his
come up
shoes.
with a-
Wait.
well, first of all, hang on now. Those shoes are great shoes. Those are great shoes.
Wait.
They are not great shoes if they are worn by a. I don't even have a word.
We don't have a word.
Scoundrel.
Somebody.
Really? You're gonna call him a
undeserving
scoundrel?
fancy Shoes. That's
Yeah.
the word.
Scoundrel's kind of a dashing word.
Get 'em.
Yeah.
The shoes are worth more than
An
he is.
unfavorable
There
fella.
it is.
Creep.
I wonder what our friends in chat would want to call
Wait,
Shilsulian
did Jin?
fancy
You
shoes.
didn't
You
boys.
should
see
do a
Jin
poll
Mora-
on that.
Jin Mora at all, right?
What's that?
You didn't see Jin Mora at all when you like the very first time you beginning
In the
of
very
story.
first episode,
Was the
yeah.
body just gone?
Ranmar, no, the
Yeah,
body
she
was there,
was-
head dead on the table, and underneath it was the note. So the only contact Ranmar had with Jinmora was gently move her head aside to pull the note out and read what Jinmora had written, which she was literally writing in this memory. I read the note to you again from the first episode. But
We didn't notice. We
Yeah,
didn't
she
notice
wrote it.
marks on her the first time.
Well,
it was only Ranmar. there.
Ranmar, yeah, Ranmar.
You remember the very
Found
first
her
episode before you
after-
knew Ranmar.
After
That's
the
true, that's
whole,
true.
Yeah.
Thorcum thing.
Yeah.
After the
Yeah,
Thorcum
you're right.
thing,
Like-
Thorcum and Jinmora were both.
There was probably some significant emotions happening there.
I thought Thorcum was going
I-
to make it. I'll be honest with you. Like
Okay,
That's
we don't
still-
need to
No, you-
revisit that any more than we just did.
I mean,
Killed him
it's
so dead.
water under the bridge now.
I wanted.
Is
to
it
keep him
though?
alive.
It can't be water under the bridge when somebody keeps bringing it up. To be fair, this time it was me. I'm sorry.
I mean,
yeah.
just imagine if you'd successfully killed Razat in the first episode, which I also expected you would do. You were literally supposed to kill the asshole. I didn't realize that
It's not my fault. My dice were mean that day.
he had 6 HP left.
And then you said I couldn't hit the side of a barn door. You're so mean.
I mean, unfortunately, it turned out to be the case. And
I've made up for that since then. Thank you very much.
so, I mean, several things from the first episode have sort of like come together now. Isn't that great? Well, look at that. Look at that theme, that narrative power just carrying a current through every episode, every session, every time one of the cute little spritzy things jumped out of the water and hypnotized somebody, every time all these Stambard trying to talk to Finnegan, every time Melissa took charge and made things better, every small little moment.
Go,
It's
Melissa.
just a little tiny rift in the river of this story. And now here we are
that
coming
was very
to
poetic.
a major junction. You all write the poetry. I just put the words on the table. I am the refrigerator with the magnets on it, and you all move the magnets around.
That was also poetic.
Thank you.
Poetic on top of poetic.
In fact, that was very close to refrigerator poetry right there.
That was so.
That was very random.
Descriptive.
I'm just keeping it cool.
But
Thank you.
Boo.
Wait, that might still work.
We heard it.
It's the little things.
Wow. What a really lovely beginning
Here we
for
are.
a fearful time.
I was about to say for
It's
a
about to end
horrible
for-
time.
Yeah, thank you, Lost in the chat. Lost just linked the Who's Who document because none of my bot commands for Dungeons and Dragons are functional right now. It's a new bot. I rebirthed the whole bot. Everything's all brand new, and it's why it's why
Baby
guest
steps.
star works.
It'll get there.
It's like I built everything from scratch.
It's a baby bot.
It's just a baby. Yeah.
I
So,
love it.
but anyway, that document that Lost linked there is the Who's Who document, which is a time-honored tradition for this campaign. This campaign is 15 years old. Maybe more now. I lose track. And I run it for multiple parties, different timeline every time. And there are a lot of characters. And they're all in the document, everyone that they've met. Anyway.
Oh, I forgot to. I don't know that I need it right now, but I forgot to open my inventory. It's so bright.
I
That
need
is
to open
very bright.
spells.
That was a great noise.
I turned the brightness on my monitors down to like 30 or 40%. And even then, it's still like crazy how bright a all white screen will be.
Yeah, I keep my monitor at 100%, but the full white screen.
Oof.
It was a lot.
That is power.
And I am reflective.
I am considering my life choices at this moment.
Oh my
Just
god!
turned mine down. Thank you for reminding me.
I just missed. We're supposed to say don't go to chat, everybody. But I did want to bring out that new
Well, that
friend
makes me want
Nicholas Yuto asked if anyone could summarize it in 10 words, and Chris summarized the entire of Hollice in 9 words.
I want to see.
The summary is 3 friends have to prevent the destruction of Hollice. That is exactly true.
That is it.
That's true.
That's a good
That's it.
summary.
Hollice is
That's
a
solid
little
summary.
frontier town in the center of, essentially the center of civilization, if accidentally. And the objective of the party is to prevent me from destroying it. And my objective as the dungeon master is to do just that. Kill it.
Oh, he be trying.
I have very strict rules. I can't just like send them on a quest forever and destroy Hollice in their absence. So in spite of them having been away for a long time, Hollice is safe because they're on a mission to do things for Hollice's interest, and that does
That
help.
makes me feel comfortable.
Yeah, it's fine.
That makes me feel confident.
It'd be really lame if I like. I mean, I could literally kill you anytime I want to. What's the fun in that? The whole point is like to set up good dramatic moments, and if you all die, it's because you fucked up and not because I wanted it.
Not because you chucked a meteor at
Right.
the town
You
or
got
something.
it. You got it.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Okay. All right. Everything's fine. This is fine.
So,
What are we currently?
I would say
doing?
that unless you can think of anything else, Finnegan and Ranmar, you come to with a bit of a start, waking up next to Tiash and Esmeralda and Rachel, who are still there. Your other companions, Guyver and Oberk, are sort of sitting off to the side. You're in essentially the really impressive wigwam that Esmeralda built out of tent and sticks, and it took her maybe like 30 minutes to make a really impressive 2-zoned shelter for you all, because rangers are incredible and don't let anyone tell you different.
Because she's badass.
So you have
Yeah,
really,
that's
and you have the fire, and it gives off very little light, and it's nice and warm in here. And if you want to like take a couple of layers off, you could safely do that. Anyway,
How's our freezing buddy? Is he warming up?
yeah, he's fine now. He's totally fine. There's a couple. There's another smaller ember fire inside that's like vented out through a little opening on the side. And there's a big fire in the main entrance, essentially. Keep you nice and warm wherever you are. You are all sort of around the near the central tree and the entryway fire, as Ranmar sets up with a start. And I don't know what kind of sound. Maybe no sound. Maybe just a. You can decide what kind of sound you make. But you are bolt awake now.
I am awake and cursing very fluently in Dwarvish.
You are not
Uh,
rested.
this-
I should make that really clear. Like that was not a functional nap.
Right.
Makes
I don't
sense.
think we had. Yeah.
Is that
I
also
burned
not a
spell.
functional nap for me?
Oh yeah, absolutely not. You were
Oh.
working.
You were casting spells, getting yourself in my dream.
Oh, that was not a spell. I am so sorry to tell you. That was not a spell.
Where's the end?
Well, I don't know how else to describe it.
That's fair.
There was bullshit involved.
There was shenanigan crap.
Finn tentacled his way.
That is
That's exactly
Yes.
what I did, isn't it?
pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good
Wow.
verb for that, actually. That's terrifying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Welcome back. Are you okay? Tiash asks. She sort of like puts a hand out toward you, like she's gonna put a hand on your arm, but she keeps her distance, like she's not sure if it's okay to touch you.
I am okay. There's a cat hair on me. I am okay, but the what I thought happened is exactly not what happened to Jinmara. So I'm a little flustered right now.
So she
what do you-
showed you the truth. She showed you something. That's good. That means she's trying to communicate with you. She wants you to understand some things.
Crap. Okay. So now what? So I will tell. I guess I saw Finn there. I know Finn was there, but I'll tell
yeah.
Esme and.
I mean, you don't necessarily know that Finnegan was literally there. It could have been part of your
It
imagination.
could have been okay. Well, then I will tell.
Did I know I was?
It's been like 2 weeks. It's okay to like actually just kind of like walk through and explain what happened from your point of view to help people get to speed and stuff.
Oh right, God! It has been 2 weeks because it
I
was
know.
the long
Oh,
wait.
God,
and
yeah.
and then life happened to most of us. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will real quick run through that. I was under the impression Jinmora was killed by the same group of orcs that caused so much horrid loss for the group I was with. Turns out it was Shil Sulian. Walked his happy ass in the room and murdered her. Uh-oh, what?
Just your description.
Oh, to walk his happy ass in there?
Yeah.
that painted sort of an interesting imagery in my head.
Is
I'm okay
is
now.
Shilsulian happy? Asks the narrator. Shilsulian is 2,000 something years dead, wandering the earth for who knows how long, having cloned himself to unnaturally extend his life and then becoming a vampire. Now there's like 16 vampire versions of himself walking around, ostensibly working together loosely to find Shillarani.
Well, if he's not happy, serves him right.
I mean, it sounds like he's made some mistakes.
Admittedly, happy was derogatory in that particular instance.
Fair enough,
And I
thank you.
don't care if he's happy.
The narrator appreciates your Julia. It's important for the folks at home.
Oh, shit. Okay. Well, that's much worse than somehow I thought it could be.
That feels like it's maybe a theme a little bit sometimes.
You know what? Yes. It's quite the theme, isn't it? It's always worse than thought. Okay.
No sighs of relief for us.
Why did
No.
why did ancient wizard boy with the shoes want to? How did they know Jinmora? Rachel asks.
My only guess would be Jinmora's research on the ley lines. Is that reasonable? I don't know. That would be something that might have gotten his attention. But why did he feel the need to kill her?
If she was on to something that could potentially damage whatever his intentions are.
What are his intentions? Tiash asks.
Unsure. They can't be
Well,
good.
Power.
He wants to set up Hollice to fail so that he can swoop in and pretend to try to save it and impress Shilrani
Yeah.
because he's a piece of shit.
That's gross, Rachel says.
That's real
so
gross.
fucking
really bad.
gross.
There's no way that's going to work. Oh, poor Ronnie.
I hope it doesn't work,
That's-
but I don't know.
That's the guy she was with?
Yeah.
Oh no, honey.
I know. I feel so bad for her.
I mean, I can relate. I'm part of Shitty Ex-Boyfriend Club too, but like that's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. Maybe she can do so much better. We're gonna get her resurrected and a whole new thing. And then there's so many nice people in Hollice. She'll find something really great there. And she's probably like really powerful, so I'm sure she can like busy herself doing something fun. As long as she's not totally crazy, because if she's totally crazy and alive, she might just like, meteor the entire town or something. So
I need her not to meteor the entire town.
I prefer that. I like
It's kind of
Hollice.
a scary thought.
Yeah.
I do have a question because that was so long ago.
Mhm. Go for it.
ladies. Arani's body is essentially gentle reposed in a
It is
body of water
correct.
below where she was floating.
Correct.
So it's not at all unfeasible to resurrect her.
Correct.
The question would be, is it safe to do so
Mhm.
yet?
But we also can't remove the body from the water, if I recall correctly.
It has to stay.
Yeah, the water
exactly
is
where it
exactly. Yeah,
is.
that's right. It's either the water itself or the well it's sitting in has the magic on it that's keeping her body reposed in that way, preserved.
Right.
Which, if I remember the rules correctly, you could literally revivify her if you wanted to. Like, it's much easier to get her back now than it used to be in the past, because the rules allow you. Like, gentle repose says, you can it extends it, right?
Yeah.
And so, in spite of it being like millennia, a very minor spell will do it. Yeah. So the risk is.
Yeah.
I mean, true
Agreed.
resurrection might repair her mind, but that is a very expensive ask.
Yeah. Because I have Revivify right now, but I don't think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I kind of like get the
For
sensation that just
anyone
in
involved.
general, like bringing somebody back that's been dead for that long, regardless of what the mental state of their ghost seems to be like, is probably a whole thing. Like that's
Do we
just
have to get her a new vessel as well? Like, or does it like zoop? Like
So
her body
her-
that's
Her body is essentially frozen in time in that that body of water.
Yeah.
So she would be able to just yeet back into
Zoop.
her body
oh cool.
and have her original body. But again, the logistics of how are easier than
Yeah.
if in this particular instance.
Rachel very quietly but meaningfully looks at you all, and then her gaze slowly slides over to Oberk, who is poking his finger very slowly into the snow, pulling it out, looking at the snow, watching as a chunk falls off, draws a circle on his cheek, sticks his finger back in the snow, pulls it out, waits for a chunk to fall
He's-
off, draws a circle on his other cheek. He's been doing this for 15 minutes or so.
Esmeralda will kind of side eye Rachel a little and say, "At least it's not a jawbone."
He has only been out of it for like a decade. Shilrani's been out of it for 100 times that.
And Shilrani could burn the place to the ground, easy peasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he didn't
Oh.
actually like die either. So like
no,
there's that.
yeah, who
aspect,
knows?
too.
She was just in that room staring at a wall for 2,000 years.
Oh God.
Yeah. Great. Well, I mean, as things go that we all have to figure out. That one's a pickle.
It sure
That is a
is.
pick.
It's
That
an
sure
extra
is a
zesty pickle.
It's a pickle.
It's
I do like
extra
zesty. I do
sour.
like zesty pickles. That's my favorite. I like it when they make me wince. That's what I want in my pickles.
This somehow does not surprise me.
So that's exciting. But I'm sorry. I'm still trying to catch up, or not catch up, but I'm still trying to ponder on what Jin Mora possibly could have been so important that not Iran,
Yeah.
Sulian wanted to kill her.
Was it less about her and maybe more about if she was like, either she is a significant figure or her being with you was a significant
Well, what
thing?
if it's
Like if
just
she knew about the
Uh-oh.
ley lines?
Finnegan, give me an insight check.
Oh, can I guidance? Is this
I gotta get my
against
die
me?
out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can guidance.
The
It's
guidance.
fine.
The guidance.
It's fine.
Wow. Oh my, good thing my insight is.
You're all kind of at
Goopy.
rest. You're in the presence of one another. Your abilities should kind of happen, I think, sometimes.
Hey dice. Let's be.
I know that
Oh,
feel.
nope, 13. 13.
With the guidance, 13?
Yeah, I got a 1 on guidance.
Okay. It. No, it's not enough. It's close.
Ow.
It's close,
But
but
my-
it's no cigar.
Can I?
My full. Oh no, sorry, you go.
I was gonna ask, what exactly did you ask that prompted that? Just so I can live in.
It wasn't something that Finnegan said. It was me trying to decide who in the party might have any insight into it, and Finnegan was the most likely to have an inkling, just based on background alone.
Okay.
So there's your hint
I
that you were looking for. It was predicated
Oh.
on background, Munu, and not about
well, then there goes my theory.
what was said.
I did, if you want us to know, I did ask about if it's Jin Mora being, not Jin Mora, but Jin Mora specifically being with you. That was like if you put one and one together, if that was what Shilsulia didn't want, because
Like,
then y'all could do something together that would wreck his.
yeah, like my thought is like maybe there is more details to it, but more like control over, right? Like, so if she figured something out and was like on to something, it might just have been like, this information cannot go anywhere else, because like if the more beings that know about this, the more people could potentially fuck with whatever his plan is.
Okay, that's closer. Esbray and Ranmar, give me insight checks.
Oh,
Do it.
Getting there.
hold on.
For those of you at home wondering why I'm letting them essentially recheck a check, I want to remind you all that this campaign was designed to challenge longtime veterans of Second Edition who charged me with trying to kill them.
Can I do a little dance to encourage them?
Yeah, sure.
I got. Wait, encourage, or are you bardic inspiring?
I think that's what
Can I
he
do
means.
it?
Perception?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was
Insight.
insight.
Yep.
But yes.
23.
yes.
Holy
Oh.
smokes. Okay.
Maybe. Well,
So let me try to lead you there, and then I'll just give it to you.
I
That's
was
good.
doing a little.
Mm.
No, go.
You got it.
I'll try.
Okay.
Hold on.
So let's go on a journey. Remember, this is session 30, and it's not like your typical D&D campaign where an adventure is like 3 to 9 episodes, and then you don't worry about the past. Everything that happens matters essentially the entire time. It's all important information. So let's go back to the second episode. What was the first time you came aware of Fancy Shoes Boy?
In the alley after
The alley.
the boy child. I can't remember the gender.
Yeah, just some kid.
Messed with the wheels of the wagon.
Why would the kid, what would the kid accomplish messing with the wagon?
Stopping us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We would have gotten caught by the army, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and what would the benefit of that been? Remember that Sulian, who made the kid do this, didn't know about you all specifically. So what was Sulian's objective?
For there to not be a settlement on Hollice.
I mean, Nolan's objective was to do what? Like, he's taking that caravan out there because
He wants to make it bigger. He wants to get more people and grow it.
it had specialists on it that were really critical, right? Blacksmith,
Yeah.
an apothecary, tailors, like people who were very skilled artisans that would help that town really be strong early on in its life. And if the caravan hadn't made it, the specialists hadn't made it, then Hollice would be weaker, which is his objective, was for Hollice to fail. That's what he wants, right? He wants it to fail, and he wants it to look like it wasn't the direct actions of one person. What was Jin Mora setting up to do?
She wanted to go to Hollice to set up a library and research the ley lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wants to stop anything from bettering it. He wants to. He doesn't want it to be a direct action from one person. So if he sabotages little things that don't make it grow, then it doesn't.
Do you already have
that way it's weaker for the army.
Do you already have a Dungeon Master inspiration die on your sheet?
I do.
Okay, then you can choose a player to get one.
Who? I don't know. I have so much pressure. Who have you both had it? Or wait, do you have one now?
I think Fraggy has one. Oh, you
Do I?
Did you use yours?
Finn
gave you one.
Oh.
I gave you one
Hang
last
on.
or the last time I.
It means you're not using your DM inspiration dice. You're going to lose one.
We have to have somebody.
I don't have one. I use
Esmeralda
mine,
does not have one,
but-
unless you noted it somewhere else. But that's what you put in.
No,
note.
it actually looks like there was one there and it got
You
erased.
used it, so you get one. You get one.
You used it.
Put it
Okay.
back. You get a D6. You can add to literally any roll,
Sweet.
except percentile, because this doesn't make sense doing a percentile. But that's rare. There you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Nice work, everybody.
Dun, dun.
Sweet. But so
it wasn't targeted at Jin Mora because of who she was. Rather, she is a specialist bringing value to a town he doesn't want to succeed.
yes. So does that mean we can, so is he just gonna go after people? That's why he goes after us, because we are.
He hasn't gone after you directly yet.
Probably because we are a force, so without us, the town is significantly weaker.
Oh, he wasn't the one that was floating. I get them mixed up all the time.
No,
With the
Zot. No, Rizot. I'm sorry. Rizot was
Yeah.
the one that was floating.
Captain
with the
Douchebag.
ogres.
Captain
Yeah,
Douchebag.
Douchebag.
Captain
Like
Douche
Captain
Nozzle
Douchebag.
Canoe.
Yes.
It is a canoe full of... Anyway. Why did they do this with this canoe? How long did it take? How many volunteers?
What was the purpose?
What was the purpose?
Why?
God. Okay. All right. Well.
There you go.
All right.
I'm writing all this down. So
You said you were writing all that down after the extensive conversation about douche canoe.
that too. I put it in a bubble.
Quinn's taking notes about douche canoes.
What was the purpose?
So fucking spooky.
Those are important things.
I am. Wow.
So, what are we? Oh wait, were you deciding? Was Ranmar deciding whether or not to do a dream thing?
Dream thing
did
was
it and
already
woke up.
done. Yeah, you woke
Not
up and now you're
the-
trying to determine why Jin Mora may have been murdered, and you have a really reasonable hypothesis now. And,
Oh, that's what I forgot. I forgot her name. That's traveling with us. That's what she was doing for you, though. The dream.
Tiash did the dream
Yes.
thing.
That was
correct,
your-
yeah.
Right.
Tiash is just a friendly visitor with no other connection to the party at all. Just
That That is a lie.
No.
Thades, don't lie to your viewers.
Tiash
Why are you
is
like
a
this?
Why are you like this?
Y'all's
That's a
story
loaded
hurts the
question.
most
A
so far.
cleric.
Well, no, that's not true.
a cleric of the Raven Queen, a cleric of death, who's paladin and friend parted ways some unknown amount of time ago, and now her friend is. And no one knows where her friend is, actually. People don't talk about her anymore. It's a sad thing. But I know where her friend is. And
Thades,
We literally talked about her last session. I don't know what you want.
everything's great.
that's an entire canoe full of rude.
Under control.
A rude canoe.
It's a rude canoe.
Yes.
Rude
There it
canoe.
is.
Makes me sad.
This is the L word Dungeons and Dragons edition. Here. Echo says Tiash is a strong lady, ready to carry someone to safety. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. In my heart, yeah, y'all do. I don't know. I don't know what I want anymore. I don't
That's
know
a
what I want.
mood.
I want
I-
happiness and not destruction.
Same.
So we're still trekking to the it's still like really bad weather, right? Like we still have to
No,
wait out.
it's calm here. The storm is long since passed. The blizzard's over.
Unreasonably. Oh, I was
And
gonna say
so the
unreasonably
snow's
calm.
maybe a foot and a half deep here. So you don't technically have to be. If someone's okay with Finnegan riding a backpack sometimes, you all can wade
I
through
can
the
do it.
snow pretty
in
easily.
your little backpack.
I've still
Yeah.
got a water walk prepared. I can just
A fin pack.
All right, yeah, you can keep water
Ritual.
walking, folks, if you want to.
Can we? Serious
I'm
question.
good either
Can
way.
we ask Aldi to make a fin pack?
Give me a little saddle.
That is out of scope for this particular campaign. But
What do you mean?
when you all write your fan fiction, I can't control
Sometimes
you.
I have to.
Somebody write the fan fiction. Somebody
carry
write the fan
Finn.
fiction.
The fan
We
fiction.
could make him a nice little seat.
Make
out
a
of
wiki.
backpack.
Make a fan fiction.
He's just a baby.
He's just a baby. Just a little guy.
If you'd like to continue your
real
adventure,
guy.
you can do that. Yeah, but as of right now, time is so not frozen, but it's going in real time when you're sitting around the fire with this revelation hanging over all of you, while
Is it
over
nighttime?
folks' fingers into the snow.
So we
nighttime,
still
yes.
have to unhaunt you, right?
I
I
am
don't know how
still
to ask
haunted.
that.
Yeah, I kind of
Yep,
thought
no,
that was like the purpose
Tiash
of
nods.
the dream.
The dream was
thing.
just to give us information.
Oh, okay. I was misunderstanding.
What if you set up the library? Would that be
I-
the like?
Yeah, I really want to get a library. That was the whole
Can
plan.
you do it in
was for
Jinmora's
us to-
name?
You could name it after her.
The Jinmora library.
Yeah.
There's got to be some
Oh.
word we can like string together to like make it like the whatever of Jinmora.
Yeah. We'll come up with something real cool. But I do want to get a library going. Yeah.
But would that be her like thing to like peace?
It might
I
help.
don't know.
Or
I
But
don't
in the
think it could hurt,
meantime, what do we do in the meantime?
yeah.
Because we're
don't
kind
know.
of far away.
I don't know.
that's
At
true. We
least
can't do that now.
The scary dream hasn't come back, so that's good. That's nice.
I gotta go right.
Just-
I
Oh,
feel like you should
it's
knock on
just-
some wood right now, Renmar.
Sure do. No, that was me.
Oh, ravioli.
Good girl.
aw,
She
she's like,
thought
yeah,
it-
yeah.
She's like, people? A people? Where? Good girl, Stinky. I'm sorry. What were we talking about? I was trying to prevent a barking fit.
How to
I'm
unhaunt
checking.
you.
I'm checking off the to-do list, and I'm gonna write to unhaunt
Right.
you, but I'm checking it off as we go.
Right, so the scary one hasn't happened, and what's happening now is random magical effects. Maybe not random, but magical effects that I did not do are happening right now. So that's exciting. Could be fun. Okay. Oh, I'm so scared.
It also just kind of seems like she. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience when it comes to being haunted or things that haunt. But it kind of maybe seems
First
like
time haunter here.
yeah, the first haunting experience. Hi, I'm Esmeralda.
Hi.
Hi, Esmeralda. Rachel says.
It kind of feels like not necessarily aggressive. Like it's I don't know. To me, it almost just kind of seems like she's really just wanting to make her presence known. I don't know. Maybe it feels a little bit differently to the person who has been subject to the things. But
the hauntee.
yeah, the hauntee.
It does seem much more like that now than it did at the beginning, admittedly. I was scared as hell. I'm still scared, but
Rightfully so.
I'm somewhat hopeful she doesn't want me pewished.
Do we think she's trying to help
I don't
I
know
mean,
about
any way?
that.
If
I mean,
she's the one who showed us that it was Shill Sulian who did that, right? And we've pieced
Yeah.
more together.
did
of
she have
his
control
bullshit.
over what you saw in the dream at all, or was that just like kind of taking you back to?
That's a Tiash question.
Yeah.
It would be more accurate to say that they were Ranmar's memories used as the props to tell a story that Jinmora needed to tell. And
Okay.
so if you were to scrutinize the vision of that room you had compared to Jinmora's memories or the reality, it would be far closer to Ranmar's memories than the other two, including the appearance of Jinmora and the appearance of this wizard.
Right, I guess because she wouldn't have seen Sulian.
She must have seen him in order to
That's true.
show you who it was.
Mm.
It would have been
Oh, then-
if she didn't see who had killed her, she may have still been able to see it after the fact as a specter haunting the space that she was in. But if it was a clear visage, including the attack, then she saw it coming.
Was there like a mirror on the wall? I don't understand.
She
I'm
looked right
more
up
confused than I was.
at Sulian when he lasered her.
Oh, was
Like
he not behind her?
he opened
I
the door.
assumed, like-
She looked up and looked at the door and saw him coming in. Just straight shot door to where she was sitting. Her desk
Oh.
faces the door.
Oh, this
It's like an
whole
office door,
time
like the
I
center. The
thought-
desk's in the center, and the chair's sitting there, and she's facing forward. You have the
Oh.
desk backwards. That's fair.
Yeah, I had the desk exactly backwards. I was like, she didn't see it coming. What do you? How could she have?
Yeah.
I
Oh
was
yeah,
so
no.
confused.
So it's like a desk she expected to greet people as they entered and stuff. It was like in the center of the room, like a professor's office, and not like
Gotcha.
not like a home office, as it were.
Okay. That feels worse somehow, knowing that she saw it coming.
I mean, so the
Did
narrator was
she-
pretty bad, right? Like,
I'm not sure which way it feels worse, honestly. It's just,
Did she
it's
see
awful.
it coming as in like before he even got through the door? That's when she started writing? Or is it more like she just saw it? Like,
She was writing a letter because she was planning on packing up and leaving in the morning, and was pretty sure she would leave before Ranmar got there and wanted to put that note on the door.
Yeah. So she didn't see it coming until he walked
got
in the
there.
door
Yeah.
and started casting.
She looked up
but-
and saw. Yeah, I mean, he cast it as he was walking down the hallway and kicked the door up and let it off on her face.
that sucks.
I don't like it. I
Well,
don't like it one bit.
we can avenge her death. I feel like she would also like that. Maybe.
I would love to do that. I
Me
don't think
too.
we can kick Shilsulian's ass right now.
No, probably not.
You know, the
Yes,
narrator
me
says you
too.
do have a bag full of artifact power weapons and equipment,
Can't touch those. No.
but
touch
They
you,
those.
Sorcery won't work
specifically
here.
asked not
We
to be
can't.
used.
yeah, they're pretty that's true. They did. There's that sword in there. You don't know what it does, and I hope you never find out. But it is a very effective weapon. It would.
They never asked not to be touched together, though. Just want to point that out.
Esme, no.
I don't even want
No.
to touch them. I
No.
haven't laid hand. I want everyone to know I still haven't marked. I have not laid hand on an artifact.
Phelan is the only
so
party
steadfast.
member of 4 wardens do not touch one of the objects.
And Esme is like, what if we make them smooch? What if we make them do a little kiss?
In case
And I
y'all have
love it.
not
I
noticed,
want to do that. I want to watch
Esme
it,
is
but I don't want
very,
it to happen.
very sus in certain scenarios, and maybe too sus in certain scenarios, and then just not at all in others.
Well, there's a
Distinct.
I
reason.
like the mind flare in my head, but I won't touch these artifacts.
Yeah, you're like.
I'm right there
And you
with
flirting
you.
with a dragon.
Sneak into an ancient black dragon's lair and drop some flirt.
Dragon has
And
baggage.
that's the more reasonable member of the party right here. That's the
Oh no.
Ranmar. If you want to
Wait,
know
we
why
can't
you
wait. If we
often do
start
the
talking about
talking and make the
emotions, we're gonna do
decisions,
it.
now you know. Now you know why Ranmar is secretly the party leader. That's like now you understand.
No!
It's me.
I'm just
Hi,
scared.
I'm the problem. It's me.
We don't want that.
I could blow up at
Well.
any second. Do you want me to do it?
Finn's a
Blow.
bomb.
Oh,
I'm
party.
scared.
Well,
I'm scared. There's a reason Ramar ended up carrying the whole bag though, with all the bad things in it.
That's very
Mhm.
true.
yeah, you're responsible. You
I don't want to be.
My intelligence is 0. Let's remember that too.
No. What?
What is my?
It's a +0.
it's a 10. It's not a 0.
That one's 0. It says 0 right
Yeah,
there.
you don't. Yeah, what you say your modifier is 0, but your score is a 10. If you
Oh.
literally had intelligence 0,
Right, I couldn't
you'd,
speak.
you'd
Okay,
be, yeah, you'd
that's
be
fair.
inert. Yeah, you'd be like,
A rock.
basically.
A tree?
Yeah.
Int 0 is a bad time. Int 0 is a bad time.
Trees probably have more than a 0 intelligence.
Oh, my strength. I'm just looking over my
Probably.
stats now. I should probably get some stuff up.
No one in this campaign has accidentally touched Rachel yet, huh?
Mm-mm.
With the
No, I
exception
got
of Aya,
Close.
who has a
Ooh,
pass.
Aya did.
But the rest
yeah.
of you
I did.
haven't. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But the
I
rest
have
of you
that
haven't.
specifically marked on a special place in my sheet. I don't know what that's about, and it's bugging me.
Anyway, the point I ask is, right, I was like, they would know everything about very low intellect if, oh, right, no one has made that mistake yet. And so, like, it's like
Yeah.
if you touch Rachel and survive, it's still really bad.
Oh no.
So,
Oh no.
Yeah, just-
I am pretty confident of that anyways,
just
because Esme does not touch
just
if
be-
Esme doesn't have to touch.
just be careful. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, it's
Oh.
a gentle, light snow begins to fall. There's not going to be any accumulation, but it does set the atmosphere. The sky is a very thin, pale, cloudy sheen. The full moon behind it, which because the clouds form a bit of a blanket over the sky. It's very bright outside. Like the full moon sort of lighting up the entire cloud sphere. But it is still night, and you can see no stars.
Oh, I was gonna ask.
Should we be alarmed? Is that something?
I know.
don't
I'm
know.
getting-
This
I
is
wanna,
this is like every night, essentially. But I'm trying to set the
I'm
scene.
waiting to
for
see
you.
like a dragon in the moonlight.
I
just go
know,
straight
I'm
across
like-
the moon.
Well, if you say that word, I'm gonna have to roll the die.
Oh, stop it.
Stop.
Please.
Well,
Why?
I'll be damned. You do hear in the distance a very, very quiet, distant, sort of like reptilian roar,
From now on, nobody says the D word.
high pitched, rattly.
What?
Finn, you gotta stop.
I did what?
Poor Finn is so sus. He's
What
bringing
I
things into the
did?
universe.
What did Finnegan do? Film at
Listen.
11.
Oh, it could be a spin-off.
Oh my god.
Multiple spin-offs already planned.
Spin-off campaign.
Yeah.
Do we have a fire? Is it
Mhm.
hidden?
Yeah. I mean, Esmeri does not believe the dragon is close to you or drawing nearer, but it did make some sound.
So there is a dragon, because last time we said maybe not. We were saying that there was maybe not a dragon, and now we said it.
Y'all saw a white dragon.
But I thought, is it?
It disappeared.
It did disappear.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because last time we were like, what dragon? I couldn't tell if it was a bit or if it was. I was like, maybe there's not a dragon. Maybe.
It's a lot. It's a lot. This campaign's a lot. You're doing great. Just take it in stride. There
I'm
is a
so
white
scared.
dragon, and it's
Okay, I do.
it did
I
it
do still
does
think
know
it's
you're
that
somewhere, and
person.
it's I mean in the reaches. And,
But it chose not to attack us. So
it's true.
I'm gonna say it's not gonna attack us because this is not me willing it. This is me spitballing. I don't you roll
Stop
dice.
it! Why? No,
I'm
stop!
spitballing. I'm trying to talk. I don't know what I can or can't say. Whenever you say, Finn, why aren't you talking in the scenario right now? It's because I don't know if I'm gonna will something into fruition, and I'm scared.
you put those down.
Okay.
No.
No. I'm gonna talk.
Anyway.
I'm not talking anymore.
Look what you did.
I was told to put the dice down, so I did.
I'm just glad someone else is getting picked on tonight.
66, by the way. I rolled a 66.
Nice.
No,
Oh, I didn't know-
unfortunately,
I'm
it's
so
3
sorry.
off
I
from
didn't know
being
you could
nice.
roll that.
Well, it's 2/3 of another nice number. So
How
nice.
did you wait?
That's fair.
How did you roll a 66?
I roll 2 d10s, one of which has zeros on it, and the other one doesn't. That's what those
Yeah,
dice are
the
for.
ones that have like a 40
Oh.
and 60 on them.
Yeah.
We've never had to use those.
Yeah, we don't use them.
Yeah, that's very rare.
Oh.
That's percentile. You're rolling 0 to 99, or rather 1 to 100.
Oh, percentage
what that-
chance of something happening?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
66 is more than 50, and that feels
that's true. So it
scary.
depends on what the chance was. So if it was a 70% chance, it happened. But if it was like a 20% chance, it didn't.
I don't want to math.
Then don't worry about it. I'll worry about it.
Scary.
In any event.
But
My brain
Here-
doesn't like math.
I genuinely think, though, we're supposed to be being brave, right? I think the person that we were in the cabin with is the dragon, and if he wanted to munch us, he was already going to munch us, right? So we
I don't
bravely
know.
forge on. That's just
You
my
saw-
thought. Because he also disappeared just like the dragon.
I was
I
gonna say,
can't
was
put
there
those together.
were there any similarities in the disappearing? I know you weren't watching when he disappeared.
I think I didn't roll. I
He
think
just wasn't
last time
there.
I rolled to figure
Just
things out, and I didn't like
wasn't
see
there.
enough.
Didn't see if there was a flash or a flicker
Yeah.
or smoke or just a
He was just
You know,
gone.
invisibility kicking in. Is it fair to say?
What about the dragon? Did it?
The
any
dragon,
telltale signs.
it
of-
looked like an invisibility kickoff if you're thinking back on it now, Rammer.
But that means
Okay.
that means invisibility doesn't mean to just randomly go somewhere. That means it had to walk away, right? Or like fly away.
It
So
does.
it would have just munched us when it was invisible. Because we couldn't have seen it
If
coming.
it's the
So if it's
dragon.
not
If
gonna
it was
munch
the
us
dragon.
again-
I mean, literally, the
What's the
dragon
first one
vanished, and then it didn't walk or fly or anything. So, like, what happened? Where'd the dragon go?
Could it have
Did it just stand
polymorphed
there?
itself into like an invisible fly and left?
It's a dragon. So, yeah.
I was about to say, like, I don't know. I think dragons can polymorph into basically whatever they want.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. At some point in my running the game, other people playing the game were like, oh, yeah, the dragon. I know exactly what it takes to beat a dragon. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because that thing's been around for hundreds of years. Yeah, it's big and mean, and the stat block tells you what an average dragon would be like at its shape and size. But also, it's not just sitting on its ass for hundreds of years. It's going to learn spells. It's going to learn tactics. It's going to, like, fight armies. Fight for armies and with armies and against them. It's going to learn tricks and form grudges and have a lot of friends. People who owe the dragon something. You don't want to pick a fight with the dragon. Not if you can help it.
I don't
I
think
don't
that
want to pick a
dragon can
fight.
Don't do it.
I would like to never fight the dragons. Ever.
Well, it's hard to say what's going to
But
happen.
It wasn't long after the dragon disappeared, though, that Finn exited the shelter and spoke to the wolves.
That's true.
So I think the dragon knew we were there. The way
Oh,
it
yeah, absolutely.
smirked, it knew.
It's the smirk. The smirk is what gets it. Didn't know. It could, I think. Wait. No, sorry. Well, if the dragon can polymorph into anything, we learned that the wolves were somebody else. It's not the dragon also being a wolf, right? Because Esmery talked to the wolves, and it was I forgot.
It was a druid.
One wolf was a druid.
Elf druid.
You got it. And you did speak with this druid recently, last episode actually.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the dragon going into other things.
Has Tempest ever taken the form of a dragon?
Could if you wanted
Just
to.
to fuck with people? Oh crap, okay.
But like the druid talked about the white dragon like it was a known quantity. Like it had been in the valley, she called it for a while. Like usually when people say the valley, in your experience, they mean the Sinlay. Or the Sinlayan rather, the river that runs along the trade road. But in this case, this is a valley in the reaches. You're in this like windy snake-like valley that the towers are situated in. And this dragon apparently lives here. So
it's not the who's the person that we talked to in the Sinlay?
you've talked to a lot of people.
The queen, the queen.
The Quellen?
Quellen.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
the
of
Quellen.
Quellen.
We haven't
Not
talked to
Sinlay.
anybody.
Yeah, you made friends with Mariel, the queen of the Quellen.
That's what it was. I think I got Quellen and Sinlay.
Yeah. She summoned you because Kithriel wanted to speak with you.
Kithriel, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, Kithy.
Kithy. Every group calls him Kithy.
Kithy was scary, but I liked them. Okay.
So I say we do whatever and not pay attention to the dragon unless it literally like pops up on our doorstep. But I say we continue? Question mark.
Just carry on.
Yeah. It would be brave, and if the dragon wanted to kill us, it would have already. Probably not true, but I'd like to think that.
I think it easily could have already
Mhm.
when it was like 50 feet from us.
Yep.
So, carry on.
You can take a dragon, right? Rachel says to Tiash. Tiash looks at Rachel for a moment. Because it depends on how old she is. Right. Can you take a dragon, Rachel? I mean, probably. I'm pretty tough. Tiash nods.
You're a fucking MVP badass.
Can you take
Oh.
any dragon, Rachel? No. But this white one can't be that bad, right? It's just a white guy.
Don't say those words.
Oh. I think any one of us would get absolutely flattened, but that's just me being scared. So here we are.
33 health. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't talk about it.
Most breath weapons do at least 10d6 worth of damage. So it's like, on average, it's going to kill you in a single breath attack. No problem. You just avoid, just don't get breathed on. Problem solved.
Just simply run.
In any event, this is just me
Don't
trying
engage.
to ratchet up
Not
the tension. Don't worry.
It's already ratcheted.
Yeah, we don't need any help there.
What say you, party? There's no reason to ruminate on things that we can't fix, says the narrator. Do you want to proceed south, or do you want to...
Well, it's nighttime, right?
It's nighttime.
And we did not actually get a rest. So
That's true.
Oh, we should rest.
We should sleep and then keep
I'll go
heading
in-
towards the watchtower, right?
I'm
Mhm.
nervous that one of us is not going to stay awake to watch anything.
Hi.
Well,
I'm
I was gonna say,
awake.
Esme, I forget. You don't actually have to. That's so badass.
Hi, I don't sleep.
Hi. No sleep, only tree.
No sleep, only treats.
Oh.
What?
Don't say
Oh
oh.
God, what?
No, you're fine.
Don't say that.
I'm just trying to dress up what's happening. Well, I appreciate that. Okay. Okay. So you want to take a rest? We're all going to sleep.
Not me.
Yes.
With the exception of Esmeralda, who doesn't sleep. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So is it the case that
Brave.
Esmeralda is always alone on watch every night? Like you don't set up other parties set up a watch pattern where like, one of them will, like two of them will sleep. Two of
Does
them will stay
Rachel
awake.
sleep?
The rest of the party sleeps. Rachel does not sleep, but she also wanders around in the dark by herself sometimes at night. Like she'll be like kind of wandering around, not around for like a while, and then show up about an hour before everyone wakes up.
Well, then I guess I wouldn't be like necessarily alone the entire night. Then would I?
Fair.
All I know is you keep telling us elves are bullshit, so I didn't.
Yeah, maybe I set you up to fail there.
It made it sounds like there's not a
Wait,
reason to, but is there a reason?
No, I'm just checking to see if you gave it.
I'm
thought.
asking from like a genuine first
Yeah,
D&D,
you get
like,
two
should we
spot checks
play?
instead of one. I guess is like maybe the kind of the reason. Like sometimes half the party will sleep, and the other half will sleep, and the idea is, can we get like, how can we cycle it so that we get like enough rest, like 8 hours each, and it's usually like breaking up the watch and stuff. In third, it was much more picky, but yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm pretty
all I
good. I
knew was
haven't
elves
used
are
a lot.
bullshit, so we
So we're
can
counting on Esmeralda.
take shifts also.
Okay, no, it's
I can stay at Ranmar if you did more spell stuff. I don't really have to rest. I didn't really use anything.
I didn't use any spells that took a spell slot
Oh, well.
either. So, but like if we trade off, right, we would get a full night's rest anyway, as long as we do it
Oh.
right.
yeah.
Okay.
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 I'm scared. Okay.
What's up your sleeve, DM?
Too much has been falling out the past hour, so it's on the floor right now.
Ah.
Yeah,
I'm
the night
gonna
passes
take it
without
and throw it away.
the night passes without event.
You're rude.
I'm not
I
gonna
was
say
just-
anything. Thank you. Nope.
Did you want there to be
Thank
something
you.
that happened? I mean, I can.
No,
No,
grateful.
you were
I'm
setting
grateful.
us up like there was going to
Please.
be.
It's possible.
I don't understand.
Okay, let's just move on.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
So the party proceeds southward.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 nights, 3 days worth of overland travel in the forest. It's very dense. Trees are maybe no more than 5-6 feet apart sometimes. It's pretty thick. Esmeralda does a good job of finding you a way through that doesn't involve you having to backtrack very much. But this is just an area that's not trafficked by feet. It's very obvious to Esmeralda that this is a druid's glen, essentially, like it is their domain. Very like the one you spoke with, who is allowing you to be in here. So you're probably pretty safe, but it is difficult to navigate, and there's just no other traces of humanoid traffic or life here. It's just natural animals and plants and the snow. The third morning, only a few hours after you've packed up your camp and been hiking, you come to a precipice. Actually, a big open plateau, high up, feeling high up now, because as you look to the east, you can see the tower. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a difficult climb down. If you just go right here, you may have to backtrack a little bit and use the corners of the mountain walls to get down. You're essentially if you can picture, imagine if you're on a stage, a big, you're on a rock shelf, and then there's a cliff falling right in front of you. It's not a sheer drop, but if you try to climb down it without equipment, you're going to slide a long way and probably get beat up really badly. And it's easily 300, 400 yards down to the next level, and then it's a hill. Essentially, you'll be going downhill towards what looks like a ravine and a bridge leading to the tower. The tower looks just like the one you saw before. The door is facing you from here. There's nothing between you and the door. But the field around it is littered with what looks like the remains of some battle.
Can we tell what's going on?
I mean, there's nothing going on. The battle happened a long time ago. You can just see abandoned, damaged carts, spears sticking out of the earth, halved up here or there. Some obvious shields.
No evidence of magic?
I mean, that's hard to tell from here. There's nothing glowing, nothing on fire unnaturally. There are two little like watch posts to the left and right of the bridge on the far side of it.
So I kind of got lost in the sauce.
Sure.
On where we are. We have to take that bridge to get there safely.
You
right?
got to go down Scrabble and then down. Yeah, basically down. You have to do a climb down, and then you've got to go downhill through. There's very little tree cover here, like they cleared it out, and then you get down to the bridge and have to cross the bridge.
Okay.
To get over to the tower. Yeah, it's bridge and then a big open field, essentially like a football field, and you're going to cross the width of the football field from bridge to tower. So down Scrabble, down Gentle Hill, over a bridge, across the football field, the tower. The football field is where some battle took place, and it's hard to see much detail other than the things I mentioned because there's snow. And so there's piles of things. You can't tell what the piles are. They're all covered in snow.
Oh God, I'm scared of that. Are they gonna?
Yeah, Tiash.
Oh, one more thing.
Background shit.
The feeling of undeath here is overwhelming.
Oh no.
To Esmeralda.
That was a small detail.
Everyone
I mean, it's something.
walking.
It's something that Esmeralda is sensitive to because of her training. But
I
Can we
will
just
relay
fit
that to
stuff?
the party.
you can tell as you say that Esmeralda that Tiash is already aware and has a sort of a tight grimace.
So does that mean that, like, is that a sensation of there were a significant amount of undead, or there are somewhere that we are just not seeing?
It's just energy, so you can't tell if there's like a singular massive presence or lots of small presences, or.
But it would be current presence and not past.
Yeah, you think even if it was a past thing, it could still have an impact now. You just don't know what that is.
I'm scared that all these little bumps in the snow are gonna get up. What if we bury ourselves in the snow and hide like them? Look, we're just gonna ostrich.
To play dead.
What if you illusion a snowbank and we just all the way through?
Can we like
no,
these
wait?
things are gonna
I
pop
don't
out of
think
the
I can do
snow
it that
like
far.
daisies.
Metal Gear in a cardboard box.
Can we like maybe like throw or cast something down there and like create a disturbance and see if anything happens?
I could hide us first, though. Like I can do a
Well,
little.
yeah.
Well, if something
I could probably
does happen,
shoot an.
then what?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like something happening while we're up high is probably better than something happening if we were down there in it.
True. Very true. That's my fear.
Unless there is
So-
any type of way around it.
When you said like football field, is that like literal? Is that size?
Here, I have an illustration that might help.
Oh.
Let's see. Let's see if this works. I'm just going to put this. There we are. It's on the stream now.
I'm waiting for the stream to catch up.
Ooh, that's cool.
Right.
It's not precisely to scale. Don't take the squares to mean any distinct measure of distance, but that is the general shape of the landmass there.
Okay. All right. And everywhere from the end of that bridge to the tower is littered with
Potential undead.
revenants.
I mean, the snow is it's lumpy. It's lumpy snow, and it seems to you like it's so varied that either someone like shattered this landscape with like catapult fire or magic, or there's something under the snow, or both.
How much snow is it?
It's hard to tell the depth from here, but it's also like completely untouched snow. And so, like, other than wind clearing it away, and
I was just going to say, are there
Sublimation.
any like spells potentially that could like create a stronger wind to blow some of the snow off of the mounds?
yes, there's magic that you could use to blow snow away.
Any that any of our party
Nothing
has
I
possession
have.
of?
You do have a cleric, but I don't know if her portfolio is going to have that. She doesn't follow the same rules you all do.
Oh, I was about to say, like, clerics can control the weather if they wanted to, but I don't know if that's her shtick.
You have to remember her
Wait, what
her
if
class is
we-
different. She's not straight cleric because she also has levels in, or not levels in monk. Effectively, she's like multi-classed, but like
Right.
it would be absolutely broken if she had full cleric levels at her level and also could do all the monk abilities she can do. So
She's badass.
she is a badass, but I mean, she's
If-
not allowed to
could she-
outshine the party.
I was gonna. This might be outshining. I was gonna ask if she could like, you know, when you throw water or melt snow, then like refreeze it, it like solidifies, and you can't just like get up out of fluffy snow. It's more like a block of ice. If she could like
Oh.
do that across the field.
Just yeet, create food and water, and just wait
Yeah.
for the water to refreeze.
Yep.
If only I had that. Okay.
The answer is no. No member of your party has the ability to make that snow blow away. I mean, no member of your the NPCs, whether any of you have that ability or not. That's something you have to.
Well,
I'm
if we
looking.
we'd only have to melt the snow a little bit, and then it would refreeze. We cast it like a fireball down it and melt it, but then they would probably. But then whatever I'm
I
talking
think
is
fireball
like
is
something
like
getting
oh,
up.
yeah, fireball's probably a little
but-
bit too intense.
Yeah, they'll probably.
Can you throw a
start off-
fireball right now? You gave the one fireball I gave you all to Melissa, right? She has
Yeah.
the fireball.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought one of us had fire. Oh, do we not have fireballs?
Mm-mm. We don't have
Oh.
firebolt or fireball.
Yeah, you don't have a fireball.
Firebolt. That's what I was.
That's a wizard thing. That's or
Yeah.
sorcerers, I
Oh.
guess. Maybe
I'm looking at
warlocks.
my
I mean, if it
spell
wasn't-
list.
If it wasn't like a possibility of like under those mountains being like undead, like I don't know, like Monty could. I wouldn't want to like send her down there to like touch anything. That would
She
be
can-
bad.
Don't engage.
I mean, she could fly overhead and maybe drop rocks on them. And just see if
Maybe
they
this is time
stir.
for her to engage.
Mm.
Maybe it's time.
Money don't engage on all of the snow mounds.
I don't show. Monty will get him.
Have to eat so much, Maya says.
So many mouse.
Many mouse.
Not many mouse here.
That's true. We are in the snow.
Mouse. She darts off.
Oh no. Esmeralda is going to make it very clear to Monty not to go down near the mounds.
She flew back into the little forest.
No, just in
Aw.
case.
Just for protection. Just because you never know.
I didn't write the spell down. I gotta look this up. Sorry.
So I think also if we don't do something like that, then we could just like pass without a trace and major image to like kind of like
Mm.
what is it, like Trojan horse our way through the
And silence,
Through
we could
the
do all of those
area.
things.
yeah.
I think I still have silence ready. If not, I'll need to do.
Oh, is pass without a trace and silence two?
They're different things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They work pretty well together.
I misunderstood what Pass Without a Trace was.
I mean, it's still really good.
Yeah.
What's pass without a trace versus silence?
It's like just
Silence.
bonus to stealth.
Oh. I mean, still good. Still
It's
cool.
I mean, it's a
Still
really good
amazing.
bonus to stealth, but
Yeah.
Makes you Ranger Batwoman, right?
Yeah.
Solid Snake.
well, it makes all of us. Whoever's in the little cloud of sneak.
Cloud of Sneak.
I like that.
Yeah, look at it. It's a little spray can.
Extra
I
sneaky.
had a thought.
I'm
and
good
it
with
didn't
I'm
work
good with
out.
that plan unless we have. What was your thought? I'm intrigued.
I forgot what glyph of warding does, and I was like, that could work. No, it won't. That will just
Ooh.
blow us up. So
No, yeah, we don't want to do that.
Go on.
I don't want to explode today.
No.
Okay, so I still feel like we
Raymar
should.
said that. No blowing up.
I feel like we should do those spells, but also I feel like we should, from our vantage point, try to see if we can disturb the mounds and see if they move. Like, it's not telling of anything if they don't. Like, we could go down there and they could awaken or whatever. But I feel like at least there's a chance.
I don't think my prestidigitation can go this far. I don't. I could just like make a little like knocking noise. It'll probably, I'm assuming, well, no, because we're not really in cavernous, right? It's just open, so it's not gonna like
yeah.
echo like against like
I mean, I could shoot
mountain
an arrow at a mound.
walls. Could do that too. Could just go straight up old school, just shoot a good old arrow down there.
Yeah.
Oberk is peeking over the precipice, looking at the rocks. Tiash
No.
gently grabs him and pulls him away from the edge. She looks at Guyver. We're not all going to go down there, she says. She looks at Oberk.
Thank you.
You should stay. Guyver, would you stay with him? She looks at the rest of you like to check in with you to see if it's okay.
That's fine.
I think that's a
Kyber.
good plan.
Guyver nods.
Can we give him something to stay a little hidden, or has Guyver got it? Because I don't trust.
He's just a paladin. It's a very low level paladin fighter hybrid, essentially.
Because I don't think Oberk would be of much use if need be.
I mean, it's less than a day to get down. Like, getting down is only going to take you a matter of hours and stuff. So
Yeah, I
it's
feel like they'd be relatively
They're probably
safe
fine up
up
here.
there, like in comparison to what could potentially be down there or at the tower.
Perhaps we can leave them with the tent, Tiash says.
That works. That makes me feel better.
That sounds like a good plan.
Guyver and Tiash
Well,
will
down
take
like
the
slight
tent and
forward.
set it up just the tent as it is so that the Guyver and Oberk have a place to stay. Hide out, essentially.
Do they need a fire?
Guyver can get that going.
Okay.
Just a little
do
retreat,
not-
a little base.
Sorry, I know I slow you down. You're not a burden,
No.
Tiash says.
No.
But you would not be
No,
safe
not a
down there.
burden.
It's potentially not going to be safe for anyone.
True.
Also, like, we still haven't got to get either of you back to Hollice. You're still like, both have gone through a time. So, like,
Mhm.
quite frankly, I don't think you're in capability right now to do this.
it's gonna be a lot.
What if
Yeah.
what if you all don't make it back? Like what if you don't make it back? They'll make it back, Guyver says. Well, what if they don't? I don't want to stay here forever. Then Tiash says, you and Guyver will return to Hollice and bring them the news so they know that they must carry on and finish what their heroes have started.
The most important job. That's a big job if needed.
All right, well, we're gonna watch the show from up here. Yes.
The show.
God.
I can
That
help
was
you.
dark.
I can help you, Guyver says. I know, Tiash says. But it's important to keep him safe too. And of all of us, I think I need to be down there. And you're the best suited to keep him safe, operating on your own because you're used to that. Okay, Guyver says.
So am I shooting an arrow?
Wait, do we have to put
I
stuff
mean,
up
it's
first?
like
What's the
it's a distance.
action of?
Oh,
It's a distance. It's like maybe half a mile.
so then do we want to like have Monty fly over with a rock or something and drop it on a mound, and then come right back?
I mean, if the fear, Tiash says, is that they might rise, but they might not, then we may as well just go, because hitting them with small arms fire from here is not going to provoke them. If they want to rise, it will be for living things,
Got it.
not for debris.
Wait, do we have anything with us that's like meat or like something like that? Like
Something
can they not
appeal to the undead. Tiash
sorry,
says.
opposite of meat. Sorry. Opposite.
We are the appeal
some
to the
kind of,
undead.
like-
You're saying
If we
we're the
smell
meat,
it.
Rachel
Mhm.
says. We're the meat.
Yeah.
No.
We. Well, not you, Tiash says. Hey, I don't mean any offense. It's just technically true.
But if we smell like rotting meat, then we smell like them.
No,
I might
Tiash
just be
says
confusing zombie logic.
that's not, no.
Not D&D.
They're going to sense us, sense our life force. And their jealousy of it was what would drive them.
Okay. So that means we could possibly sneak by.
If they're not interested in us, we might be able to just walk on through.
I think it's probably a better idea to cast
So
whatever
even
we
if we
can.
hide. Yeah, I was gonna say, but even if we hide, because I'm assuming Tiash would know because of undead. But even if we hide, does that mean they are still gonna just sense us anyway and get up? Like
They're
regardless if we cast something.
They're not using the light to see us. So invisibility, shadows, darkness, those aren't going to protect us from those things.
All right, so then
Hopefully.
probably walk on through.
Well, we may have to fight our way through, but yes.
Does Tiash also... Do you also have turn undead? I assume so. It's your
Yes.
shtick.
She said.
Okay.
I
I
will.
have a feeling that's going to be very useful shortly.
I'll take one chunk.
Great.
How many lumps are there?
Do you remember? Do you remember? I'm trying to think of hand. Let me think of a. Gosh, I'm trying to think of a scene from any movie or show that would really help sell this. But you know how, like, all right, you know how, like, if someone like sows like a farm or a garden, and then, like, you know, basically every pace there's a lump. Every pace there's a big sizable lump. But in a garden or in a farm, it's really well regulated. Like, it's the same amount everywhere, just about. This is not very well managed, but that's the kind of terrain you're looking at. It's like very variedly bumpy.
All right,
I
let
don't
us.
like it.
If I were
Let's
trying to
go.
pick a measurement, I'm just going to spitball a measurement. Just imagine, like, I don't know, like a person width from front to back. If you were to, like, picture that as a measure, a unit, it's anywhere from like 1 to 6 units deep some places. Does that help?
You lost me on the unit thing. I thought I understood.
1 to
but
6 bodies deep,
What do you mean deep? I don't
like
know what that
stacked up.
means.
Like
Stacked up.
Yeah.
Like how
Oh,
high
the
are
mounds
the how
are
high are the
multiple
mounds?
people.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Not-
didn't use that word. You used that word, but yes,
Okay, how tall are the mounds then?
that's about
1
as
to
tall
6
as 6
people
people
deep.
lying on top of each other would be. Yeah. I guess
Okay,
that's- yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
I was picturing like a
gonna
lump
look at my
this
spells.
tall.
In
as
some
in
cases,
one
yes.
person.
In some cases, yes. In fact, I would
Okay.
say most cases that's
What
about
the
the depth.
fuck?
But
What is this?
I just am trying to picture what you're seeing in your mind, and it's not working.
this is not a great example, but it's out of nowhere. Imagine an entire field with lots of bodies piled up, and then there's snow.
That
for fuck's
doesn't
sake.
help me. Okay, whatever. So it's
Hundreds?
fine.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Great.
Thank you. Perfect. Okay.
Did that get it? There it is. Great.
That got it. That's all.
Good. I'm so glad. I was worried. I didn't.
Before we
somebody put
continue,
them
I'm going to take a bio
here?
break because I'm.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Should I take? I'm gonna.
Because I described this and a little came out. Just go ahead and relax. It's just the fear overcomes each of us. I understand.
Bye.
This is a great time for a bio break, everybody. If your water
Maybe I should-
needs to be filled up or any other beverage, maybe put the kettle back on if you want to have a warm tea. I do rather like tea, honestly. It's nice.
We shall return as well.
Yeah, it's just me. Does anyone have a question for the DM while the players aren't here? Anyone? Act fast. This is the time. This is the time. No one. Well, Echo, I have to ask: do you think that two of the Sable artifacts can smooch when they don't have smoochers? There are no lips on the artifacts. They're just, they're just objects, various shapes and sizes. I think there could be cuddles. There could be cuddles, but a smooch means smooching's about vibes. Okay, I guess I can see where you're coming from there. I think I appreciate your definition. Am I drinking enough water? I am halfway through this. I guess so. I like my straw. It's nice. The water stays so cold in this thing. It's really crazy how cold it stays for how long. Esperine's returned, so I can't answer any more secret questions. But thank you for asking this. One of the players has returned. We did players aren't here free time, and I let them ask an important question, and I answered one. What's wrong?
Trust you.
Why wouldn't you trust me?
I don't trust you with Esmeralda.
Yeah, don't leave me alone with Esmeralda, anybody. You never know what happened to the poor elf. I mean, let's see. The first time she almost got schmurdered because she couldn't hit the bronze out of a barn. It was really risky.
Excuse me, sir.
Then there was a time when she made eye contact with an ancient vampire wizard. That was the thing that happened. Yeah. Man.
What? I'm scared. What happened?
I'm just reflecting on the times that Esmeralda was by herself with the dungeon master and what happened. Rizat almost killed her. She made eye contact with
Sadie's is
Cerulean.
being mean.
I'm just
I
revisiting
gotcha.
those intense moments. Have I ever actually been mean to a player in the campaign?
Yes. Are you asking in terms of how many times per session?
I mean, is that like I mean, there's no way it would be a whole number most of the time. It's just so kind, so frequently.
Are we a part of this same campaign?
I don't think so.
What is
Sounds
happening?
like
Echo shares with us that he has only had joy from this campaign, and I am. That's me too. Me too, Echo. Me too.
Oh, so glad.
This campaign means I
Somebody is
get to
feeling
spend time with some of my favorite characters in all of media. I love Rachel so dearly. I love Shilarani so much. Melissa, what a great character.
Don't scratch my booty.
Dordan, Durgeddon. I mean, they just
Dordan.
they live rent free in my mind.
Wait, I need to hold on. I need to go back and look at something real quick because I have it on my to do and I just want to make sure of it and note of it currently at this moment. Why do I have Dordan's volcano? in my note?
Because the volcano was not dormant when Mani flew over it, and Dordan is close-ish, and I don't remember what else, but that's why.
Is that
Gotcha.
really a connection? I mean, did you just mistake dormant for Dordan at some point and write it down because it was a dormant
Didn't we?
volcano?
No, we said something about Dordan in specific.
Didn't we
Like we
talk
had like a little
about-
conversation.
I mean,
Yeah, like dwarves might be able to handle the problem.
yes, that's
right?
correct. That is a
Oh wait,
possibility.
actually.
And there's like no way that Dordan could do it, but Durgeddon might know how to do it.
So Dordan
Yeah.
get in is a possibility.
Yeah.
Dordan. Dordon.
I mean, that's exactly who he is. I know.
It is. That is true. Well,
Well,
the party is now 5.
I don't have thoughts on how to do this, unfortunately. I'm afraid I'm not.
It sounds like
helpful.
anything that we could possibly come up with will not help us.
Yeah, I
Why do
think
you
we
Not
say
for
should
that?
that many.
bravely walk across. Full gusto ahead.
That would be brave.
Be brave. Well, if I'm
Anybody
taking on
else
to this game,
tired of being
brave game.
brave?
Oh,
No, Rachel says.
Okay, just me then. All right.
Rachel the badass. Rachel the badass. No, I feel that.
I mean, you kind of have to be in order to do anything around here.
Hear me out though.
Mhm.
I don't mind the brave part,
Mhm.
but I am getting real sick of well, it's not the smart plan, but is it the brave plan? That's what I'm tired
That's
of.
what that's what I mean.
That's my fear more than the bravery too.
Well, why can we can
Yeah.
do smart, brave things? Why can't we do smart, brave things?
Because it's been proven we can't over the time of
Yeah.
doing.
I don't know if that's true. I feel like we can smartly descend,
It's been heavily hinted.
smartly progress over that death field, smartly deal with whatever's there, and then smartly win. And then we'll appear smart and brave.
I'm nauseous.
Sounds fair.
That's a good start. That means you're ready.
Sounds not too. Yeah, I think we can do nothing except walk forward. If I check for traps, will I know if it's if I know dead bodies?
Well,
are
you're
ready
going to have
spring
to
for us?
figure out a way down this Scrabble first. At the bare minimum, it's going to be climb checks, but you may be able to
Okay.
make it more doable somehow.
Oh,
Here's a question.
I have
have
spidey
rope.
boots.
You have spidey boots. We have rope.
That's
Is there
true.
a tree nearby that we could tie a anchor rope to?
Sure.
And those of us without
What does
spider
that mean?
boots could rappel down. And
Pythons.
then
That's for
Rachel-
climbing, actually. You
Oh,
can,
I have 10 of those.
you can
so-
hammer those into the side of a mountain face.
And I have a hammer.
So the Scrabble is dirt and rock.
Ow.
That won't work. But in order to use the Pythons or any other climbing equipment, you just have to skirt over to a rope. Essentially, you're looking down this Scrabble, but there are cliff walls on the left and right, forming basically like 3/4 of a box looking down. And you can use one of the walls to use that equipment. And that could help a lot.
Wait.
Yes, you can
Wait.
use the Pythons, says the DM.
What if we
Pittance.
could we cause a gravel avalanche that buries the snow more, or no? Not close enough.
How would you
There's
cause the
a
avalanche?
ravine, right?
That's what we'd have to figure out, but it is a beginning thought.
I mean,
could
avalanches
we
are a real
just-
risk, and you have had to worry about them the whole time, but there has been no avalanche. And I'm not going to roll a die right now for an avalanche because I already did
No,
today,
not
and you got away with it. There's no avalanche.
No avalanche.
Jesus.
not an exact avalanche. A like self-done rock rolling.
I know, but if you trigger an
Session.
avalanche, I mean,
Well, aren't we just
Hear
up
me
like
out.
one more little like it just goes down to where we're going?
yeah. But the Scrabble is basically snow, dirt, and rock. And it's not like an avalanche is usually like a massive amount of snow on the side of like a mountain face that doesn't have a great grip.
Mhm.
Right. And then the snow on the underside, for whatever reason, loses that grip. And then all the weight of the rest of the snow carries it down, which causes it. Right.
I'm about to be real bright. Don't
You'd
judge
have
me.
to like cause some kind of an explosion or tectonic behavior here. Like use some severely powerful magic or alchemy to blow up part of the mountain to cause an avalanche,
Gotcha.
which I don't believe the party has.
I don't think I have anything to do that. I'm assuming if I rain a cloud of daggers onto an area, that's not enough of a force or explosion.
No, it doesn't exert any force at all, actually. It just cuts. Just little
not.
tiny cuts.
Oh,
Okay.
that's not why I
I
mentioned it.
don't appear to have anything that's useful. I don't think, unless like a spiritual weapon or a guiding bolt would be enough
To trigger an
shock
avalanche?
to trigger an avalanche.
I mean, you don't even have to roll your stone knowledge to be certain that you don't have enough force to make this particular Scrabble have anything. Like you can make a bunch of dirt slide down, but it's not going to have any impact There's just not even enough mass to like impact the bridge or anything. Because even if you cause this avalanche, it would just go down and fall into the ravine, right? Like because there's a bridge across.
I thought the ravine was
Yeah.
a
I mean,
problem.
it
Okay.
might block the bridge, but that'd just be a problem for you.
Okay.
All right, so then the actual like rock wall portion is probably the best idea.
Yeah, you might like basically climb down the corner because then you'll have like actual rock you can like grab onto and python, and then like if the Scrabble gives way, you still have something to grab onto. So you're climbing down the corner, like basically the inside of a wall.
So if I is having 10 of them enough to like get everybody down, or
No, 10 won't be enough, but if other people have
Anxiety.
more pittance, you can use them. Essentially, you have to go down about, was that I said 400 yards of Scrabble? Like, it's a long way. It's 4 football fields. And so,
Okay.
like, yeah, I mean, as you climb down, you'll find places that you can, like, sort of rest and get a good grip. But, you know, it's essentially like, you know, it's going to be several checks. And rope. I mean, do you have 400 yards worth of rope total? I don't think you do.
no.
No.
But if there
We
are
have some rope.
places along, are there places along the side where we could like reattend? I don't know.
Is any of the rope you have elvish? Or is it just
That's just what came in the
basic
packs.
rope? Okay,
Yeah.
There's like rope, or does anyone have the spell rope trick?
Not me.
I don't.
So I'm confused. How far down is this climb we have to make?
The climbing portion is 400 yards.
Oh, that's way different than I thought. Okay. I only have 50 feet of rope.
Could we? No, that feels too chaos. I was gonna say, is there anything we could like ride down on, like toboggan-esque, like just jump on, like a little thing?
Ha-
Get to the bottom
How-
and
That
fall
feels
into the
too-
ravine.
I was gonna say that feels too.
Do Christmas
Too risky.
vacation.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
hit that bridge just right, you could slide at high
has
speed to the tower in
just
style. Yeah,
right.
it's like, but yeah, you got to nail it.
Yeah.
I have a bedroll. Can we ride on
A
that?
shield.
Yeah, Esmeralda does have a shield.
Oh yeah.
Just
Grab
jump
the
on,
shield.
start just mad sliding down, just like skating down.
Whee!
I guess we should start going, because I don't think I have anything that could help us.
How steep is this?
You
I
can't
don't-
just
I'm
walk
not-
down it. You will have to you could kind of butt slide it, which is probably what you'll be doing if you just went straight without using the wall.
Yeah.
But if you hit a part where you start skidding, you're just tumbling down and gaining speed until you hit like the landing, basically. And so like you're gonna break something. Yeah.
Are my shoes
Mm.
too slippy to be on the gravel?
I mean, Finnegan's fine because Finnegan can just walk over to the corner I keep talking about and just use the cliff face itself.
Oh.
And just walk down the
Yeah.
cliff face, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
well,
also
can I do
um,
anything to help that?
you said it's snow?
You can kind of do a lot with walking, right?
There's
'Cause
a lot
you
of
don't-
snow in there?
There's snow mixed with the dirt and the Scrabble. Yeah.
Would the water walk?
That just keeps us from sinking.
Right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
It's not going to
like,
prevent. The problem
hold
is
us
the
onto
angle and the lack of friction.
How strong is Rachel? Could Rachel dangle us by a rope and carry us down? Can Rachel?
Go, Rachel, go.
There was a chance that she wasn't going to be present for this event, but I rolled it and she's here. So shit.
Oh my god.
Come
Can't
on,
she
Rachel,
fly?
come on.
Couldn't she
She
fly
can
us
fly,
down?
yeah.
You got to look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Close your eyes, Esmeralda.
it doesn't count for me. I can walk down the wall, so don't account me for it. That's even less.
The tiniest
But, I
one
mean,
out of
she
all
could
of
make
us.
multiple. She could make multiple trips,
Also
right? I
true,
don't think
yeah.
it would tire her too much,
Oh,
right?
that's also true.
Yeah, she could if you can hold on to the rope. Yeah, it might be a good idea to use it as a backup plan. She'll say, like, I mean, if you could have the rope tied to you in case you fall, she can like catch you because she's just gonna fly down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she can't touch us.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
she would have to grab the rope that is also falling with us.
This is like
Yeah.
the ultimate uppies.
So, but we couldn't like they do on rescues, right? They have like that loop that you put
Yeah.
around your back under your arms, and then you're just like, wee.
What? I mean, Finnegan can't weigh more than 60 pounds with all your gear, right?
Yeah.
Ranmar maybe 200 with your full gear, 250 because you got metal armor, right?
Yeah, I've got scale mail.
Yeah. Esmeralda will be pretty light too. Don't look this up. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what her actual if she's just carrying you, she'd have to do it in trips. But if you're on the incline and she's just helping you down, she could bear the weight of the entire party. It would be her full action the whole time, but she can do it.
I would be happy to butt scoot my way down if she's keeping me from tumbling wildly.
Would I have any type of advantage on the terrain because of ranger?
Yes. Yeah, I'd say that's reasonable for Esmeralda to have advantages on these climb checks. So, I mean, I guess that actually the plan's really smart. So, whose rope is going to be used? Because Rachel does not have a rope.
I think I have two.
have one.
Okay.
Hang on. Yes, I have 2 things of 50 feet of rope.
Okay. So, does each party member, except for Finnegan, who's walking down, want to give me checks? Give me a climb check. I guess that's just Ranmar and Esmeralda then.
Would that be athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics, because it's mostly strength. You're not doing anything classy. Yeah.
My athletics is a 0.
And I get advantage. So I mean, that means I roll twice, or?
Yes, correct. Take the best one.
Oh.
Okay, we're fine. It's fine. 13.
23.
Jesus. So Esmeralda didn't really need the rope, but she had it.
Just in case.
Yeah, Ranmar, you do in fact need to count on Rachel's holding the end of the rope one time, but it's fine.
Oh, thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, Tiash has no trouble getting down. She does a crouching tiger, hidden dragon thing to kind of run down the side of the mountain.
Oh
That
my
tracks.
god.
Sick.
And
Sick.
yeah, Rachel is
Scoot down
very
the
happy
great.
to get you all down there. She seems
Aw.
pretty tired at the end of
Rachel.
it, but she's really happy she helped.
Oh, we need a little spa day for Rachel.
I'll be okay. Whew. Whew.
Oh no. Are you sure? Oh crap.
Oh shit. Sorry, you and me just had the same realization of how tired means to her and exerting energy.
I don't know.
Why are you all looking at me like you're so worried?
It's fine. It's fine. We did it and nobody fell.
I'm sure everything's fine.
I want to remind the party members, close your ears. I want to remind the people at home that when the party uses an NPC's power to solve a problem, they're allowed to do that, but the NPCs have a set number of hit points that are not the HP that you have and you take a hit. No, they have a certain number of hit points, usually less than 5, that they lose one when they help the party. And if they lose their last one, then either by contrivance or narrative shift, they literally die or have to leave or are otherwise destroyed. And unrelated, Rachel has a limited power supply. She's basically the Green Ranger, wearing out what power she has left out. The party.
This would have been nice information to have before we did this.
You didn't have it before this. I've talked about
What?
that. This is a thing that you all know.
Yeah, we totally did.
We very specifically asked if it was okay, and you're like, yeah, she can
Yeah,
do
of
that
course it's
easy.
okay. She can solve a problem for you.
Except
I
you
don't
said that it
remember that.
wouldn't be any problem.
Anyway, don't worry. Everything's fine. Anyway,
Oh.
I want to remind you all that we just had a talk about how the DM is not mean to the players during the session. It's nothing what DM does.
We did just have that talk. Amazing.
It's true.
I dropped a little landmine on the ground.
Now it's nice and easy.
Couldn't
It's just
find
a gentle slope down to the bridge. Does the party proceed?
Yes. To the bridge? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You get to the bridge. The bridge is, maybe about 100 feet. 100 feet across, give or take. It's stone, it's strong. The ravine is it's pretty far down. You think it's like easily 1,000 feet fall down to some river below.
Has there been any change or shift to the undead energy?
I mean, it feels pretty intense here. You don't know that it's getting more or less intense, but you feel like the center of it is nearby.
Now, would Esmery be able to make any sense of like if these are all mounds of undead and they are like going to wake? Would that be something that she would be able to sense before it happens?
In some
Or
cases,
Tiage,
yes.
maybe like would-
I mean, Tiash is quite alert, looking at the same things you're looking at. Now that you're much closer, as you're crossing this bridge slowly and carefully, I assume weapons drawn and at the ready, you see that the mounds do in fact appear to be humanoid remains of some kind, long since slain and rigor mortis set in and bodies frozen long ago.
Yucky.
but that doesn't mean that they can't rise.
Yeah,
Like,
ironically, oddly, the path from the bridge to the door of the tower is pretty clear.
how far is it?
Maybe the width of a football field, right? Was it 50 yards across, I think?
How
50
long would it
yards
take?
is 150 feet.
How long would it take at like a full sprint?
At a full sprint for
Yeah.
Esmeray?
What if I long stride Esmeray?
4 rounds? 3 rounds with long stride, I guess? Something like that. Your movement speed's 35 feet around, right? And so a full run is 4 times that. So, so 30, 120. Yeah, in a turn and a half, you could sprint to that door. If you were just running and just, with full abandon for whatever's happening around you.
Wait, did we get through the if I trap check, does that count checking if bodies are about to ambush us? So that's not my forte.
I
That
mean,
does
if
not
you
count.
find some kind of a magical trigger mechanism or a rune or something on the ground that would start the spell that would do that, yes.
So
But
I think that's
this
what
bridge
I'm
is not
asking.
trapped.
the door to the tower,
Yes.
I'm assuming, is locked.
You don't know. You have to try it. But the last door was.
And we had a key for that.
That's correct.
Because my other thing
This
is,
key not
because I'm
working for us.
thinking if I'm the fastest, like I don't know what difference it would make, I guess, but I could like run full speed to the tower door and see if that like triggers anything. I don't know what difference it would
Unlock
make. I
it
don't
and
know.
see what the
Esmeray
lock
could
is
bravely sacrifice
about.
yourself as a litmus test to show you all, yep, I'm
I mean,
dead.
I feel like I could outrun them.
Guess we could find out. That's definitely an experiment we could take. Tune in next week when we touch the artifacts together in memoriam for Esmeray.
An individual maybe, but right, like if they start waking up, they're gonna start converging ahead of you in theory, right?
I'm out
Do
of
we
ideas.
just
Short
wake
of just
them up?
freaking
Do
going.
we just say,
I don't
"Hey,
know.
wakey, wakey"? I don't know if it's better to
I'll-
have them
I'll
like.
do it. I'll go wakey, wakey, exit bakey, just really loud, but not really.
Do we have any? Do we have any means?
Really loud, but not really loud at all. Actually silent.
Any
Actually, we
memes?
Do we have Do we have any means to like somehow? Like my other thought is like, what if because I'm speedy? Like, what if I run out just a ways enough, and then if things start to wake up, do we have any way that we could like somehow get them all into the ravine?
Oh, wait. Can I cast a major image and make the bridge look larger than it is? So if they come down it, maybe some of them will fall.
That won't work on them, Tiash says.
Will
They
anything
know
work on
even
them?
Through.
She cracks her knuckles.
But there are so many.
Yeah, she
They
says.
wouldn't be fooled.
I mean, they might not get up. Yeah, she think they're going to get up, right? Yeah, I do, but I mean, we don't know for sure yet.
That's what I'm saying.
The party stands at the precipice bridge to the landing, looking across this field, uncertain how to proceed. Looking at the tower, the southern watchtower of Tempest, the god of being brave and not running away.
Nobody's talking about running away.
Running away. Major
You
does
literally
not
suggested
run
that
away.
twice, actually. You were like, what if I run in and then run away? To see if
Run in and then run out to get them to come out. You'd like them. That's not running away.
Okay.
Are we not
That is
trying to be smart?
strategizing.
What?
You're doing great. You're doing great.
You're talking about hundreds of undead
That's
and
true.
5 of us.
That's also, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Rachel and Tiash are pretty badass.
I mean,
I want to
in
funnel some of
theory-
them into a ravine. That's what
Yeah.
I want to do. I
In
don't know.
theory,
How long
I
across
could
is
take
the
out
ravine?
A few in a 30-foot radius of me, and then 15 feet away from me, but that's about it.
Can I leap
about what I
across the
got.
ravine and get them all to kind of just follow me?
What if we put a block at the beginning of the bridge? That way they say no. They say you can't go here. You have to go around the bridge, and then they fall into the ravine. And then problem is solved.
Their brains are like rotted, right? That means they're not very smart.
They probably
Wait,
don't
wait.
have brains, Tiash says.
Tiash said they would. Tiash, how would they know? Like how?
It's
would that
not
work?
about their brains or anything biological about them that drives them. It's the malevolent energy that operates them like a puppet. They're effectively constructs, robots, using the remnants of bone, sinew, and rotted, frozen organ, just binding them together that lets them move. They're a comedy of life, a mistake. They're wrong. So they know because they wish to do harm and nothing more.
Okay.
We can like bash them apart though, right? Rachel says. Yes, of course. Okay, but if there's like a lot, what do you do if there's a lot?
It looks like we'd get overrun quick.
I would suggest that we retreat if that's the case.
Can't retreat. Not brave.
See?
If it's the difference
See?
between standing and dying versus fleeing, if Tempest were my god, I suppose I would stand my ground. But my god is stronger than Tempest. And if she decides it's not my time, it's not my time.
Does she decide when it's their time? Oh, I guess she does. Because she's the whole.
Well, in this case, I get to decide because I am her arbiter. That sounds like a workaround, Rachel says. Josh kind of shrugs at her and smiles.
Okay. Shall we proceed?
I'm out of
Yeah.
ideas, so
Yeah, no. If we can't, my only idea was the tricking them into the ravine to maybe handle like a gap of them. But if we can't even do that, then onward. They might not even get up. That's not true.
Have you
but
met our
it's something
DM?
that was said.
the problem.
Okay.
Well.
Oh, I shouldn't probably go. I was gonna say onward, but probably shouldn't go out in front.
I don't know.
I mean, I
I'm
can.
out of ideas. I guess we have to just go. And I'm gonna try not to be fucking nauseous from this energy.
The
Ugh.
party begins to proceed carefully. You're allowed to, when I start piloting the party, you're allowed to be like, fuck no, we don't do this or that. So it's okay to like step in and say that. But I just want to make sure you know.
I'm listening.
So the
Can I
party,
get
I'm intently.
water walk up one more time before we do this?
sure. The snow here is not meaningfully deep, Ranmar. It's only an inch or two. Like there's a lot of clearing here, so the
It's
wind keeps
covering
it
a bunch of bodies.
with an inch or two of snow. It's not very deep snow, but you can water walk on it if you really wish.
Yeah, it's a freebie.
Okay.
I'll ritual cast it.
So you cast it.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Nothing's been happening for days.
That's true. Finnegan,
No. Why?
you can fly.
Sweet. Sick.
What?
You have a fly speed of 60 feet around.
Why?
What?
You're not sure. Ranmar somehow cast fly on you,
Okay.
and everyone else
Is that
has water
something I
walk.
have
Thank
to-
you.
It was
do I have to
Jinmora.
concentrate on it.
It was Jinmora.
It was a surge when you cast that spell. It came from somewhere else, Ranmar, but you were the conduit.
Right,
Jinmora
but it's not like the butterflies I had to concentrate on. Do I have to concentrate on fly?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Can we, how strong is
I
it?
really wish I
Can we
could
like
air high
dangle
five
off of
Rachel.
Finnegan?
Finnegan's carry capacity for flying is even
My
worse than
strength
his
is
normal
negative.
carry capacity. Yeah. So the party with a flying Finnegan still proceeds carefully.
Fucking
Is anybody else like
It's
just kind of
very-
staring at Finn, kind of like, what the fuck is happening?
It's
I'm just like,
flat here, but it's not. You're essentially walking a bit downhill, very, very slightly, a shallow bowl of land that you're in. You reach the center of the bowl when you would start climbing out of it. It's very, very shallow, like a plate, a rounded plate. And you were about to begin ascending when the wind stops and everything gets very cold. Ranmar,
Pick up the pace.
a beautiful moth lands on your finger.
Oh, hi. Uh-oh. Is it one of Jinmora's or...
Why didn't you come? Jinmara asks.
in moth form.
Can we
Tiash
hear this?
Tiash
Okay.
stands bolt upright and starts slowly turning around. There's a dwarf standing between you and the bridge now. She looks like a scholar, hair wiry, but clean, but a little like she didn't really take much time to do it. She looks sad.
Go up and hug her.
Ranmar, tell her that you did. You did come.
Well, I tried. I wasn't fast enough and maybe not strong enough, but I did try.
Be strong, Ranmar, Tiash says. She puts a hand on your shoulder.
Oh no. What
Um,
do I do?
Jinmora's
Tell her
eyes
the truth.
go stark white, pupils and iris is gone.
Oh, God.
You didn't want to come because you knew.
What? Hey,
It wasn't me
Excuse
he
me.
wanted. It was you.
for fuck's sake.
That's not
No,
true.
I
Ranmar didn't
know-
stop looking for you for a moment.
I didn't even know he existed. I was trying to save you from what I thought were orcs.
Every
I-
single body in the entire field stands up.
Fuck.
The party is surrounded. Didn't you care? I thought I meant
care
something to
so
you.
Much.
I thought we were
Of
friends.
course you do.
Why didn't
I-
you look at me? Why didn't you help? She starts getting distorted and large, and the ground underneath her starts writhing and swelling up. And then the visage of Jinmora melts into the ground, and the ground rises up a mass of like bodies all warped and twisted together. And there's a Jinmora face somehow shaped in that morass of horror.
Can I
have
can I
answers.
vouch for Ranmar?
Yeah, go for it, Finnegan. Finnegan, you so just out of this is a
What-
crazy event. This is a boss fight. However, it's possible for the bard to get them out of this. Go ahead, bard.
I want to stand up for Ranmar because Ranmar has been distraught, beside themselves since your death, and has been doing nothing but trying to do everything that it can.
That's so funny.
To-
My name isn't Thorcum. She gets larger, and all of the bodies around start picking up weapons and swelling in number around you.
Wait
Of course
a
your name
Wait a
isn't
minute.
Thorcum.
what's the Thorcum thing?
What?
Because Ranmar's been freaking out about Thorcum for literal months of game time, and the Jinmora stuff's only been very
Ranmar's
recent.
been-
But Jinmora's
What
been
if-
dead the entire time. And
Mora.
What if this isn't actually Jinmora though? Like, what if this is something that is like just trying to fuck with Ranmar based off of what Ranmar has going on inside their head? This doesn't feel right to me. I don't feel like this is Jinmora.
Was there something that took our weaknesses and used it against us? Am I making that up, or do I remember something about that?
I mean, I feel like any of these wizards could, these like high power wizards could do something like that, right? Like
Okay, you're
access
probably
our
right.
fears and our,
There
because
wasn't
this
one
does
that
not
spoke
seem like
more.
a thing that a ghost could just.
oh, a
randomly
ghost
do.
100% could do this.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
This is like, well, I mean, what you're saying makes some sense. It could be that there's something else is responsible for this, but this is also well within the power set of a angry, powerful ghost.
Would we know that?
What makes a ghost powerful?
For one thing, a center of superb undead energy that's just like sitting around with an intelligence that shows up and decides they can use it. Jinmora is also a little bit weird in breaking the rules because she understands the ley lines and has potentially found a way to use them, which is why Ranmar's been having extra magic happen.
Wait, but we want to also continue the ley lines. Why would she be trying to stop? Why would you be trying to stop us?
The party is about to go into combat, so I want to explain
I don't know what to say, so
how this is going to work. You can just win this by force of arms. The party can't do that. But this particular event has a weird thing to it. So obviously there'd be no way to do this with a table and a bunch of minifigures, like how you deal with all these undead. However, I'm going to use the same rule I did in the very first day, which is I have a massed horde rule where party can just do damage to the horde. And if you do enough damage each round, then you keep the horde from overwhelming the party. The horde starts at a certain level, which Esmeralda is going to know because it's on this die, and Esmeralda is a specialist in undead. And so she will see the level when it goes up and when it goes down. When the D10 gets to 10, the party is overwhelmed, and it's bad. You also have to worry about Jinmora, who was actually the center of the morass.
I'm
as well.
going to keep trying to fly. and
Ranmar,
talk to
do you
Jinmora. I
have-
don't want us to fight Jamora.
Do you have the note that Jinmora left you?
it's still in my inventory.
Maybe, like, I don't know, you could try presenting
Give
that
it to me.
and showing her that you, like, held on to it, and I don't know.
I was going to say, let me fly up and be like, look, the note. It was kept.
Yeah,
because you're
I mean,
cared about.
I don't know what else to do. I'm having a really bad brain moment right now, so yeah.
Do you have
Okay.
anything else in your possession that would be meaningful to her?
I have the book that she wrote from Yabandon.
Maybe give me the note in the book and I will. Because I'm assuming she's big now. So, like, I can.
She's maybe 10 feet tall, as it were. She's basically like, imagine like a giant weird slug made of bones and dirt. And
Well, Finn is small, so Finn
Zombies.
would probably still need to fly to get, like,
I would still
eye
need.
level.
I would need to tippy toe with the normal people. With normal people. Plus, I just want to friggin' fly. I don't know why I
mean,
have been given this gracious gift.
we don't know how much longer we might be able to use that.
I know.
So you should probably take advantage. And I would say, yeah, you should take those things up and do the bard thing.
You can also
Yeah.
decide as a party what you want the NPCs to do, because even though they're capable and powerful, you are in charge. And so if you tell, for instance, Rachel to go head to head with this Jinmora, she'll do that. If you tell Rachel and Tiash to focus on the Horde, they'll do that.
I think Rachel and Tia should focus on the Horde because I think talking to Jinmora is going to be more beneficial than fighting Jinmora. Because I think Jinmora got her feelings hurt because she doesn't feel cared about, and that's not simply not true. Because Ranmore has been racking their brain, upset about both of them. Thorkum's just been a little bit more of a like a funny little like poke moment.
Like,
Not funny, but like
people keep making Florcum jokes. but
yeah,
no one's
yeah.
come up with a Jinmora joke to make.
Should come up with a
But, like,
Jinmora meme.
It doesn't mean that Ranmar didn't care about the whole
I'm gonna-
crew that died.
I'm gonna take your. I wanna take the stuff if I'm allowed, and show it to her.
Okay. I'll let the party decide who goes first. Jinmora goes last because she's it makes sense for the you'll get it. So it sounds like Finnegan's going to go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick. What does that mean?
I mean,
I'm gonna
if you,
take the stuff.
you have thoughts you've already stocked up.
Is
You want to
there?
let one out of that chamber at her?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Finn, is there
Yes.
a way? I know that you've got some like detect thoughts type things. Is there any way? And this is like a generalized question. Is there any way to like show Jinmora Ranmar's like thoughts and memories around all of this?
Oh, like can I like reading thoughts?
Somehow like some type of transmission of like look, see for yourself, like
I do have my one free chili cast. I don't know if that's a different level than my normal cast of detect thoughts. But also, I don't know if I detect thoughts mean I can put thoughts. I think I can just think thoughts.
You did put yourself
Like-
into a dream.
I
reminds
don't know
the
how I
narrator.
did that, and I don't think that was me.
Do you want to try it again? This is a choice that might fundamentally change your character, but you can make this call right now. I've been preparing for this for months.
oh no.
Okay. So wait, what are we looking at? If I do it, then I can give her my thoughts. Is that what I would be doing? What would I be doing?
It sounds like your objective is to help bridge the minds
Mm-hmm.
of
That was at least
Ranmar
that
and
was my
Jinmora,
thought.
so that Jinmora can see and not lie to herself about Ranmar's feelings. and
Right. So
position
like
and
sort
things.
of the opposite of
Yes.
what just happened for Ranmar, seeing, you know, like Jinmora's like memories, like a reversal of that
Oh,
to
okay,
show
okay, I see.
Jinmora the way that Ranmar handled discovering her.
Yes, actually, yeah. Then yeah, I'll do that because what happened shows genuine caring for Jinmora. So if I can bridge it, then yes.
Does Ranmar want to resist this happening, or are you chill with it?
I trust Finn.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Rand.
Okay.
Then the ability goes off. Time freezes for everyone else. Finnegan, Ranmar, and Jinmora are where? Finnegan, you can decide. What's the setting? You're in.
Going back to a setting doesn't necessarily mean going back to.
You can literally decide anywhere you've ever seen or anywhere that Ranmar has seen.
Can I ask Ranmar where was a place that they go specially? Like where is a place that they both would have?
Oh, I don't know.
You had a.
Where is a place?
You could make it up, but if you want, I
Oh,
can
shit.
spot you.
What a. Oh, God.
I wanna
You
ask
worked
for a
together at a
summer
university, so
place.
you could be like,
I was about to say, like, a library would be nice.
maybe you shared an office. Asked the narrator long ago.
That would be cute.
Your first little office together.
The three of you were in
Oh,
like planning.
the shared
Yeah.
office, sitting around a table with nice tea on the table.
Yeah.
Jinmora is looking sadly at Ranmar, which doesn't look angry anymore.
I do want to still present the
Oh.
I think I still technically have it. The note that was kept. I want to put that on the table,
Yeah.
and the book that was written, just as like a start of like these were your things.
The memories you have, Finnegan, of Ranmar's experience and meltdowns and fear and sadness over everything
I was
all
there
play
for
out over the
so many
table.
meltdowns.
You can see everything like it's playing out on televisions all over the place. Only there's just like floating in the air visages of these things you saw. You. It's not your fault, Jinmore says.
No.
I'm so sorry. What was the point in my life if it was all building to that?
You. Oh, fuck. Okay.
You're gonna help
You.
us.
Yeah, you have inspired so many people, and I will not stop until that library we were going to build is up.
We
And
talked about
then
naming the
and we're
one.
gonna name it after you, yeah. And I think that would be fantastic. That's quite the legacy. Oh God.
We did. We literally on the way over here were talking about naming the library after you whenever we get it built in Hollice when we get back.
I'm so sorry. I was so angry.
I can't be mad that you were angry. I can't
You
say
didn't
I wouldn't
know.
have been angry in your position. You didn't know, and what happened was not fair. I'm gonna shut up before I open my damn mouth too much.
I knew that man.
You knew
Oh.
him?
Shilsuli?
Shell? He did refer to himself as Sulian. He was sad and seemed very interested in my work. He was different then. He seemed undead in that moment. He wasn't before.
Oh, you knew him before. That wasn't your first time meeting him?
When did you meet him?
Some years ago.
DM, I'm confused. When did Shilsulian start being a vampire? Because he cloned himself before that.
Long
right?
enough that it's weird that Jinmora says she knew him before he was a vampire.
Oh, so she met him before.
So
he was a
either,
vampire.
you're pretty sure Jinmora is not secretly some immortal godlike thing. There's a lot of those in this campaign. Jinmora is not one of them.
Okay.
So then the only other explanations Ramar could think of would be deception of some kind on the part of Sulian, or there's something you don't know about Sulian yet.
If he can somehow just hide, or if there's an original out there somewhere skulking around.
Because there's clones all over.
Mm-hmm. What if he's got one in reserve that's not a vampire? Or more.
Oh, like
I
the
don't know.
original copy. Like that he can just like go back to.
The master mold for more copies and vampires. Oh,
Like
crap,
the one that
okay.
he has to keep safe or all the others go away?
Seems weird that he would go hang out at a university like that.
I don't know why he killed me.
He's a sad little man.
Because he's an asshole, and we're going to kick his ass.
I don't want for vengeance. I just want my library.
I will do everything I can to get you that library.
I mean, we already started talking about it back where we're at.
We did.
Yeah.
The Hollice is still small, but one day it will have a library.
She looks at you, Ramar, and smiles gently. You are, both of you, now back in the field. The Jinmora mass disintegrates, and all of the bodies lay back down. A moth flies out from the morass, lands on the ground in front of you, Ranmar. It seems like it's real.
Can I, like, reach down and put my hand down in front of it?
It'll walk onto your finger for a brief moment and then flutter away up on the winds into the forests beyond.
Bye, Jinmora.
Congratulations, party, on bullshitting your way out of that boss fight.
I, in real life, would like to lay on the ground, down for a little while.
Face down. We should all lay on the ground face down in unity.
And that's
Quite
how
refreshing.
the first session of talk therapy happened in Hollice.
Yeah, I guess the credits got to roll there. I don't know what else to. Oh, now we got a few more minutes. If you would like to do the. You're at the tower. You're there.
That could have been way more catastrophic. But it wasn't.
What
That's all that matters.
did you do? Tiash asks.
Closure.
I don't know
That's for the
happened.
spin-off.
Closure happened. That's what happened. Closure.
She nods. As where you can feel all of that undead energy bleed out of this place, and it turns to a more natural state.
Yes.
Man, I spent a whole bunch of time figuring out how to do that so that it would be really fucking hard but fair. And then, of course, obviously, there was a trapdoor.
Sorry.
Good thinking, Esmeralda.
Oh my god.
Sorry to spoil all your fun.
That's okay. There's more fun to be had. Do you want to open the door to the tower?
No, I'll
would
just
like.
fucking open it.
Oh wait, no,
I'll
don't
just-
check it, cause not brave.
Are
Are you
nothing.
sure that you and
I-
Finn don't need a minute?
We're fine.
no.
Ranmar grabs
just
the.
open
We've
the
never
door.
been. Redmar probably never feels has never felt clearer from like I feel like this was like a weight lifted. It has to be. So much more weight to replace it, but a weight
There's-
lifted nonetheless.
It's different weight now.
Different weight.
Jesus Christ. I'll just open the door.
It's locked.
That's fine. Well, great. Okay. Does the key work?
Does the
that
key
Finn
work?
has? I guess Finn has it.
That key won't fit the lock. You hear a familiar voice behind you. Daddy.
Who?
No.
Rachel says.
No.
I knew it.
Rachel turns around
Leave.
and then just starts floating off the ground. She's like, I mean, there's at least 20 tentacles coming out of her. Where there's always more. Her eyes are glowing red.
Can I still fly? Can I just like back?
Hello, Rachel. You're calling me Rachel now? Isn't that what you... Look, you need the key. Here. He throws a key on the ground. Good luck. He looks at Rachel again and turns around and walks away. Rachel, tendrils still out, wanders over to the key and picks it up with one.
So that happened.
Are you okay?
Her father disappears in a gout of flame at some point on the bridge. Here, she throws the key to Ranmar.
Oh, I'll grab it. Mm.
Why did
You okay?
he have those?
I don't know.
I'll be fine. That's fine.
Okay, now you sound like me. Don't. That's mistake.
you got to go in the tower. I'll be back, she says, and she vanishes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll unlock the door with the new key.
Tiash leans over to you, Esmeralda. Did Rachel refer to that being as?
Sure did.
Yep.
And it was fire, and he's probably not an imp, right? So okay, got it. Great.
We have fun here. It's great.
We do.
You open the door, and a familiar face is sitting inside of the tower. A man who you found in a house all alone with a cave. He smiles at you, Ranmar, and then he vanishes. You are the only one who's seen him. Now the credits roll.
It's fucking Tempest. Knew it.
Is it Tempest?
Oh,
I'm gonna.
Hi,
I'm
chat.
Gonna,
Is
I'm
that-
gonna open chat? Hi, chat.
Who is
Hi,
it,
chat.
chat?
Why are you?
Tempest. It's Tempest.
Who's the Heimdall-looking friendo that keeps following him around? Who is that? And Victor. Victor is the old man that I love. I love Victor, too. What a great old man. He's just helping. Just showing up,
No.
helping.
You're full of
No.
shit.
No. he's
I'm
being
literally not full of
weird.
shit. He helped. He had the keys you needed.
There's some other ulterior motive there.
But he had the key,
Victor-
and he gave it to you.
Is awful to Rachel and therefore on the shit list.
Yep.
I have a sneaking suspicion.
You don't get
that
to like absolve
he-
yourself of all of that shit by just having a key.
He had two keys,
Yeah,
thank you.
So like Rachel's brother was trying to get into these
May.
decades ago, right? And ultimately failed. So what if Victor was like, yo, you'll get a promotion if you can light these, because who knows what Victor wants. And brother was out there doing his little thing and then gave up for whatever reason because of the undead. I think Rachel's brother was on a mission given to him by Victor.
I feel like that is a very good,
Yep.
very good guess. How
I don't
can
know.
you? Excuse me. I'm
May.
sitting here. I'm sitting here, yo. You cannot do that. You can sit
Watch
on me
her.
a little bit.
Trust the
May.
weird old guy that was randomly in the tower.
Tempest.
You gotta sit.
Yeah,
Totally not sus.
the
It's
old
gotta be
gentleman. No one
Tempest.
asked him his name. He gave them a tent. Gave them nice, delicious, warm soup.
Bear soup.
Yeah, it was really
and
good.
maybe
Bear
that
meat and root
was
vegetable.
like
Mm.
the reward for the bravery thus far.
The soup.
Just all of it, like all of the interactions, the tent, the hospitality.
That's fair. Echo says there's no proof that. I mean, it could have been that tent was from Victor. Maybe Victor's got you that tent. There you go.
Ew.
Look at that. More help. I mean, you give me a plausible thing. The White Dragon left you that tent? Come on.
The White Dragon is Tempest.
It's
They're all
everyone's,
Tempest.
everyone's Tempest.
They're all the same
Guyver.
thing.
Everyone
Secret of
else
the
No, not
Tempest.
Guyver.
Rachel,
But,
Secret of
like,
the Tempest.
When we got to the first tower, right? We established Tempest takes many forms,
Mhm.
and we had to recreate the version of Tempest that was on that door.
Yep.
To fool the ogres.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this could easily be. Is Tempest known for doing this kind of shenanigans?
I
I don't
mean,
know.
just in general, Ranmar would think that gods do that kind of stuff rarely, like very rarely. Like the fact that you have seen and spoken with a planetar at all is extremely exceptional beyond your your coronation, basically.
Okay, but this
You
is
were
like,
ordained.
but this is like a very specific thing to Tempest. This isn't just like a random thing that we're doing. We are
true.
lighting we're lighting the towers for the
That haven't been lit and
Also,
I would imagine that Tempest would be very pleased with this. So
and there's a dwarven keep under the temple, and under the keep is a vault. Who knows what's going on in the vault? Maybe Tempest doesn't like the neighbors in the bottom. What? Oh God.
Yes, we all know you know.
I know what's down there.
No, he knows
Yeah,
what's
you
going
know.
on in the vault.
You don't count.
You don't get to raise your
I
hand.
don't count.
You count.
Hey, I
in
managed to
that way.
figure out how to get you the key. I mean, how else are you going to get the key? That's a whole other adventure. You just had to skip it because Victor had the keys.
Oh,
I wonder how long you had those
I don't
keys.
trust him.
No way I gave you the keys.
Echo, please. How dare you, Echo?
Don't
Oh,
give him
amazing.
ideas, Echo.
Also, I need to shut it.
If
Wait,
anything, we have reduced the number of things that Rammer needs to be stressed about this episode, have we not?
That's true.
Have we not?
And
On
we
a
didn't have
number
to,
by
like,
number basis.
That was really
murder
scary.
Jin Mora.
Oh my God.
I was not gonna. I don't know what I was gonna do. I was not gonna let us fight that fight.
I
don't
kind
know what
of
I would-
expected you all to have to try and smash Jin Mora. She had a bunch of really nasty powers, and I expected Esmery to be like just grenading the fuck out of the horde with like Rachel ripping them apart while you're like figuring it out. While, I mean, I guess it's not a spoiler now, but like very early in the fight, the reason the psychic power worked at all is that Jin Mora was going to psychically suck Ranmar in, and they were going to have like really stressed out conversations one-on-one that Ranmar may have been able to get through while the party fought without their cleric because you had Tiash to fight, and it was like really tense.
Excuse
But
me.
it would have been really dramatic. But friends, viewers at home, do you think that's not a fun, dramatic setup? But I mean, I always let my players surprise me, and I have picked up optional rules to help Finnegan maybe find a different path with abilities since he's getting buddy with a certain tentacled entity. And so as every time that Finnegan's like, maybe it'll work, I'm going to say, yeah, it might work. And I am rolling dice over here that follow the alternative rule set to see what the fuck happens every time. And it worked.
I'm so scared. I'm so
Wait.
No Ranmar vacuum. The Ranmar vacuum was peacefully disarmed. Like
That's
the ghost
good.
just let go. The whole point of the whole, remember,
No.
ghosts for me are always puzzles. But in this
We
case,
solved the puzzle.
yeah, we solved the puzzle.
We solved the puzzle
Without violence.
Yeah, without violence.
gonna
That's
have a-
shocking.
Gonna have a complex about vacuum cleaners. I lit my vacuum on fire last weekend because of Ravioli's hair, and then Ranmar's soul almost got
Holy
vacuumed.
shit!
My
Vacuums.
dog's hair was too powerful, and it
I was gonna say
started
she's so
smoldering.
floofy. I would not be surprised.
She's magic dog.
When Thades Prime was very, very small, 2, 3, he's very advanced. His language has always been like way ahead of where it's supposed to be. And it's really cute to hear a child who has the words to say things that he can think about, but it's still child thoughts, right? And he doesn't always nail the words. And so, he would have trouble sleeping at night. And I'd say, "What's up, buddy?" As the Gachino. The Gachino? Gachino? Buddy, don't worry. Dad's here. You're safe. You want me to lay with you for a bit? Okay. Safe from Gachino. Yeah, buddy, you're safe from the Gachino. And so I didn't know. It was like weeks. I had no idea
Oh, I
what the
think I got
Gachino
it.
was.
I knew it.
And I think I told you this a while ago. And I was like carrying him around and just doing stuff around the house. And I grabbed the vacuum cleaner and he froze up. And he like said, he
Oh.
whispered, "Gachino." And I said, "Buddy, is the vacuum cleaner the
Oh.
Gachino?" He pointed at it and said, "Gachino." I said, "Buddy, it's just, I'll show you." And I tried to walk him through how it worked and stuff, and like told him it's okay. It's not a monster or scary, but like the loud sounds and stuff really bothered him.
Yeah.
And so he was just like really scared of what that could mean. He was just so small. And unrelated, if I ever do make a video game, I guarantee you there's going to be a hidden monster in it that's going to be a pain in the ass and this like bullshit that kills the player instantly, and its name is Gachino. Like it's gonna.
I love that.
So
Definitely.
I thought it was going to be some variation of like gotcha now. That's like where my brain went with it.
I mean, me too. That's why I was like, I don't know how vacuum cleaner became Gachino. I don't know how that happened. Vacuum Gachi.
Yeah, like gotcha.
I don't know how it became Gachino. But anyway,
I wonder hear me out. That sounds almost like, I don't know. It's a thing here. Like once a year, ladybugs invade, and an easy way to
Oh
get rid
God,
of
the
them is to
ladybug.
vacuum. And you're like, haha, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Or
I wonder if
maybe
you
someone
vacuumed up
said
like
gotcha when they used to
Yeah,
vacuum
yeah,
near
that's
him
what
or
I'm
something.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know,
I
but
don't
that's
know.
what it sounds like to me. Is maybe someone, even like an arachnid up in the corner. I'm like, gotcha now, and it
Yeah.
turned
Yeah.
into gotcha no.
Ultimately, the lesson learned here is that vacuums can be scary.
They are
They
scary.
can. They do make
true.
loud noise,
It's
especially to
true.
like a small bean.
Yeah.
That was actually Jinmora setting your vacuum on fire, like out of game. Jinmora doing metagame bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Jinmora.
That was it. Session 28 was
She
so
can rest
cursed because you
now.
manifested a haunting here in guest star.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
had
that was really, I was right.
insane
Yeah,
tech stuff, like
Jinmora
all
got
of us
out.
at
Yeah,
Oh,
separate
yeah.
out into the
times.
wire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the random magic effects where I was literally just like so I would basically roll dice to see is it happening next time, and then if it was happening next time and you cast a spell random, or I rolled on the sorcerer's random magic table, and I was like, oh, there, that's what's happening. And so like that was just like at first I thought maybe there's a magic effect in this forest, but then you all immediately linked it to Jinmora. I'm like, yeah, that's more fun. Let's do that. And so it was Jinmora and not just a random thing in the forest. And then I rolled the moth thing, and I was like, oh wow, this is too thematic. Let's do this. Let's make this a thing. And so
Yeah.
Oh.
I want you to imagine
I
some
want a moth
really
by the
sad, beautiful
library.
piano music playing while that moth flies off on the wind. It's like,
Yeah.
No, it's so
We will
sad.
carve a moth.
No,
in
she's not
the
sad. She gets to
library.
rest now.
Oh, I
I
mean,
mean,
that's awesome.
it's
but I'm still
given the
sad about
circumstances
her
is great, but
dying.
she was still like still necrotically lasered to death by some like shitbag wizard from
Yeah.
thousands of years ago.
Yeah, but we can't
That's
change
bullshit.
that.
It is bullshit. This is the point. It's not fair. A lot of the time when people die in Dungeons and Dragons, it's grotesquely unfair.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that right
feel
now.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing my best to present to you these villains of various pedigrees who, in some cases, maybe want to try and help. But they were horrible people, and it's really hard to like atone for that stuff. Can you? I don't know.
Echo, she
I
doesn't
believe
want revenge or to be avenged, she said.
She just wants her library.
That's
That's
fair.
why.
Wants
That's
So
why I was
you're-
like, we have to do her library.
You're gonna let Fancy Shoes Boy go? You're gonna let him walk?
I'm gonna kick his ass.
Oh.
But if
Yeah, no, that's
Jinmora-
separate. Of
I mean,
Jinmora.
that's not just
Jinmora doesn't-
that's not just avenging Jinmora. That's avenging
Yeah.
a lot of souls.
That's just one less name we have to say whenever we're like, die now because of A, B,
You
C,
know
D,
why
or E.
you're dying? Because you're a piece of shit.
because you're a douche canoe
Jeebus.
You're a douche
That
canoe.
was a lot of
on
I would-
fire.
anger here.
Part of me wants to help, but I don't I think I fall more on the like, what if we just get revenge and murder versus like talking. I don't know. He did so bad thing.
I mean, that's like the
We'll have
whole.
to see.
That's one of my favorite things about these campaigns I run is that like is there a path to forgiveness there? I mean, it sounds like there's no path for Victor. And if anything, Victor's actually actively trying, it seems like, whereas Sulian's still being a bastard. And like, it's interesting to me that you're all like, fuck you, Victor, get the fuck out of here. Where he just like gave you a key and walked away and respected boundaries and called his daughter her chosen name and he walked away. But
like,
then Sulian is just like, this repentant fucker. And then you're like, well, maybe we should talk to him. Like, where's the line? Your DM doesn't understand.
When did we say we were going to talk to him?
Just now, Finnegan was just like, I don't know, maybe we should, do I talk?
Maybe
talk
like I don't know.
Yeah, but
like,
that's a difference between talking and ass kicking.
yeah.
Whereas we have
Yeah.
spoken with Victor and we have decided that he's a douche canoe.
Oh, I got it. You haven't actually had a conversation with Sulian yet. That's fair.
Yeah.
But he's still a douche canoe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also,
You know,
Victor, I feel like Victor. Oh, go. I was just gonna say, I feel like Victor is still like, I haven't been proven that he's not in it just for his own, like, sake.
And also, I don't know, there is an extent of like, if you want to know a line, I feel like that's kind of going to be different for everybody. Because like, at what point, You know, like you are looking at an entire, I don't even know, timeline of abuse and shittiness, and then like there's one act of like maybe like helping, but we're unsure if there's a motive. Like, I don't know. That's not any. That's very, very, very fucking far away from my line. Sorry.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm like, we just met the guy, but Rachel has thoughts.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will
I think-
defer to
And
her
Rachel's
judgment.
our friend.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I think that's what's honestly selling it the most for me right now is that every time Victor comes around, Rachel is immediately like on guard, and that makes me anxious for Rachel, and that makes me hate
Mhm.
Victor.
That was the first time that
Yeah.
you actually saw her and him have any kind of confrontation.
Interact. Yeah.
I also feel
But
like
she's mentioned him.
you know,
She,
that's-
yeah, she knows about his energy on us.
I don't know. I also feel like that's a thing that like so many people in like outside of game can kind of, you know, have empathy about, you know, like
Yeah.
at what point do you forgive, if ever, and like you don't fucking ever have to.
If ever, yeah. I mean, it's not up to me to make that decision. It's up to you three.
I think I will. I mean, well, I know we like also talk with like we guide the like Rachel and them too, but I feel like Rachel's going to be the lead for how much I am willing to listen to Victor because I
Mhm.
feel like she's the like gate. Like if she opens the gate, great.
that
If she
kitty.
doesn't, then we are like on her side of the gate
Mhm.
until she opens it. So if she swings it open, it's like, go ahead, then
Mhm.
can talk,
Yeah, I think we should follow her lead, honestly.
specifically for Victor, because this is her area, her
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
trauma. It's gonna be great.
Well,
It's gonna be great. I wish everyone to be saved, but
everyone
maybe
in
saving is
Hollice,
ass kicking.
everyone in
Ah.
Hollice has baggage.
Yep.
What happened to poor Moonu?
So when I was giving Lucky scritches, he drools when I give him like the really good scritches, and he shook his head and he sprayed me all in the
Oh,
face.
no,
So,
no.
I got cat drool all over my
Stinky,
face.
Stinky, stinky, stinky.
Oh,
I think we
God.
all learned something here today.
He did it at the beginning of stream too. I had to wipe cat drool off my character
No.
sheet in my phone because I gave him the good scritches.
Oh,
He
I
just
only have to-
drools.
I only have to do that with May. If she falls asleep on us, then she'll drool on
Mm.
us. But if she doesn't fall asleep, she's okay about it.
Yeah, Lucky doesn't drool except when I give him the good, like under the collar, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah," and he just
Yeah.
drools. Oh, him
Sometimes the
so wowie.
scritches just be hitting.
They do hit different. Mhm.
I mean, we all get drool sometimes when we have the good scritches.
It is relatable, isn't it?
I'm excited for whatever just happened in our
I'm
brains, or maybe IRL.
scared. I'm
But-
gonna have to listen back to this episode so many times to grasp what.
I'm
on
gonna
earth just
I'm
happened.
gonna think about how you said that this moment might fundamentally change my character. I think
Mhm.
was the words that you said.
That's
Okay,
what I said.
I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna.
Yep.
think
I
about
would
that
have
too
made the
much.
same choice,
So-
Quinn.
I mean, your choices
yeah,
were
no, I'm not-
either. I mean, you could have pep talked
Yeah.
Ranmar, which is what I thought you might do, and then Ranmar was going to go into the vacuum alone. But and then you would have had to have, basically whooped the hell out of Jinmora to get Ranmar out while Ranmar fought within. And then, I was really excited to watch like the numbers swell up and then watch you all try to hold the horde back, but didn't happen.
I feel like I'm going to be
God.
living off of your disappointment for a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does that help?
Mhm.
Well,
Yep. It feels good.
that was gross.
It'll sustain us for the long wait.
Yeah, in terms of
Exactly.
I mean, maybe I should just tell you outright here that
Sure.
when it comes down to things like Rachel's relationship with her father, or Shilarani and Sulian, I mean, in the real world, it would be their decisions. But this is Dungeons and Dragons. You're the main characters. You all have really tremendous sway over these NPCs, and they may look to you for guidance. It is more or less your role to be the therapists. And like, you know, if you want to suss that out, maybe you can suss out what their feelings are or help them figure it out. But like, it's really difficult for any NPC to make it through their character arc without your intervention. So,
Okay.
something to think about. Something else to think about is this raid time. We're going to go see